And we are on episode 15 of the Hooligan Sports Podcast.
15.
15.
15?
15.
Like
Episode Sean Green.
Like our boy, Austin Barnes.
Oh.
Wow. Or you mean
That was
OKC's
fast,
boy?
Dude, you waited
OKC.
no time.
Waited no time for the first Austin
Local.
Barnes dig.
So,
Wow.
Damn.
I can't wait for next episode, the Will Smith episode. That's
Andre
the,
Thier.
That's the real winner. Not this episode. This episode's just going to get sent down.
So we'll call it the Sean Green episode, right? Number 15. Maybe Brad Richardson episode. Who's the last number 15 for the Lakers? Oh, is that Meta World Peace
Right,
episode?
It's got to be meta.
Who's number 15 on the Rams, guys? Where's Tommy at?
Tommy's out with his family doing some.
Oh, yeah. No, it's his sister's
Where-
birthday.
Where's Christian?
Where's Christian? Oh, he's up in Oakland cheering
Another inferior team.
his second favorite team and my second favorite team on.
I mean, how many games does Christian go to non-Dodger games? I
Probably like 30 a year, I'd
I
say.
think he goes more to that.
I don't know.
I feel
think
like he goes to more non-Dodger games than he does.
Christian spends a lot of time in the Bay Area, dude.
Yeah, he does. But Bay Area is awesome, man. I mean,
it
their
is,
sports
yeah,
teams are
for sure.
terrible, but like it's a really cool place to live.
I
Cool
agree,
place
yeah.
to hang
Or
out with
To
people.
go visit, yeah.
I'm very biased because I lived there for 3 years. My wife's from the Bay Area, but at the same time, I can't stand anything Bay Area teams
Well, here's
because
my counterpoint.
they're trash. Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason we live in LA because it's definitely better.
Just give me a couple of days in the Bay and I'm out.
Yeah, you want to go to Fisherman's Wharf, you want to go on the Golden Gate Bridge and like contemplate jumping
Right.
off, and then never mind. And then
God, I hope not.
You go to Fisherman's Wharf and go hang out with the Steel Man or whatever, the Metal Man.
Dang, Bustos, he reads you like a book.
I mean, he's a book. He reads
It's
books
just
more
a
than anybody here.
weekend
Genius.
getaway, and that's it.
Hashtag Genius Bustos. I wanted that to see trending on Twitter. Guys, what's up? Episode 15. We're here. Saturday, July 27th. Thanks for coming in. And you know what's hotter than this podcast right now? The only thing?
The weather.
Other than the weather, because it's pretty damn hot out, 90 plus.
Wait,
It
it
is-
could be
it is
worse.
hot.
Wear your
East,
sunscreen
southeast.
and drink your water. Take a cold shower. Don't die in the heat. We don't got time for that.
The only thing hotter has to be this party next door.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. It is pretty hot over there. We got Dolly Parton banging over there. Busta said he wants to go over and bring some strawberry daiquiris for the boys.
He's like, did someone say party?
Only thing hotter than that, guys.
It's not the Dodgers right now.
No, but it is a guy in the Dodgers.
The Angels.
And I think he's an Independence Day one. I think it's Will Smith here.
Welcome to Earth.
Will Smith
The Prince of
comes
LA.
up and has a 6 RBI game. First Dodger to do that since
First-
James Loney.
First rookie.
First rookie, sorry. First Dodger rookie. I am sorry. I did miss the keyword there. Thank you, Bustos. Since 2006, when James First Base Loney.
This
Did
damn-
it.
You're kind of rocking the Loney,
Hey.
the rookie Loney right now. Didn't he have the
I
really-
did, man. Yeah.
You really
got the fresh cut.
Do you really count that Loney's 9 RBI game because that game took place in Colorado?
Yeah, you have to, man. It's a baseball game. It's still the same baseball. It's still the same field.
That was-
It's
that
only
was-
different oxygen.
That's when Coors Field was Coors Field still.
hmm
Imagine if Coors Field was playing like it used to nowadays baseball.
Mm. Dude, it just there would be 20 runs a night. Every night between two teams,
Yeah, with
maybe
the
40.
juice. Are you saying with the juice
Juice
balls?
baseballs.
Yeah.
For sure, dude. It'd be.
And we didn't have humidors and the juice baseballs.
Yeah, every pop fly would be gone.
I mean, we saw the last series went up to Colorado. How crazy that was.
I mean, what is it? What is the big difference with the juiced balls? Has anybody like put a pin on it? Are they lighter?
Supposedly, like,
Are they?
The core is stronger. It's wrap around harder.
yeah, and it's tighter.
Yeah.
Ball, like the stitching is tighter. That's why all these guys are getting the blisters. Like, the actual feel of the ball. Remember, like Rich Hill had the blister.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
have you guys
2 years
felt the
ago?
difference as a fan?
I have no idea.
I mean, touching a baseball. No.
Because I haven't from the balls.
Yeah,
from
I
the
mean, I
balls.
should almost go to the stadium and get one of those game balls.
They feel the same. I guess we'd have to just have like an impromptu hooligan game with them.
Wow.
yeah,
you
do you
know.
get?
We're gonna do like the blind taste test, but blind field test. Can any of us tell? I don't think we can.
I don't think we're good enough to hit a baseball that far
Right.
to tell.
I can't throw the ball hard enough to figure out if it does
I think
anything or not.
I think I could touch 55 with a fastball.
I'm in on it. But Will Smith, guys.
Yeah, Will Smith,
Clutch
honestly.
performance, man. All the notifications. Will
So-
Smith, Will Smith.
So Will Smith today had 6 RBIs. Also, Russell Martin all season has 9 RBIs.
I read a stat. Dude, since June, the Dodgers' batting average has been like for catchers has been 192.
Yeah, like the catchers are
pretty
just
garbage.
dragging us down.
Yeah.
That's way bad.
And honestly, we know Will Smith is obviously the future, but the future beyond him, Ruiz, who's one of our hot prospects, is being also dangled around in all these trade rumors and whatnot. I've heard his name around.
I think he's my number one guy who I would
And I've heard
trade.
that before. I've heard that he's the actual
Yeah.
future of the Dodgers.
I mean, Will
But-
Smith kind of reminds me of a little bit of a poor man's Buster Posey.
Oh, Ruiz
Well,
or
no,
Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I like he's not as good offensively right now, but I think he has more power and is as good defensively as Buster. I don't think the difference with Buster and Will Smith is I think Buster had a better average, easily hit 300.
Yeah.
Will Smith's like a 280, 270,
Which is still fantastic.
but has more pop.
I mean, if you're a catcher and you're batting over 260 in a season, that's
But
phenomenal for the
they-
beating you take.
The thing with Calvert though is he's a switch hitter, doesn't strike out a lot at minors, which is amazing stat. He has more walks than strikeouts.
Where did I don't know if you know off the top of your head, where is he on the Dodgers prospects?
now he's ranked updated
Yeah.
after the midseason.
I know
thing.
May and
he went
Lux.
from 2.
Okay.
He started his season at 2 behind Verdugo. He went from 2 to 3 because Lux and May jumped.
Yeah,
him this year.
jumped.
Yeah.
I mean, those are also
Yeah.
some pretty solid prospects.
Yeah.
Lux is straight killing it right
Yeah,
now.
Lux has jumped.
He's hotter than Will Smith, if
Yeah,
anything.
Lux has jumped the
Yeah.
highest of all prospects.
Yeah.
He jumped from just inside of top 100.
And I remember Lux was looking good in spring training.
Yeah.
Like I remember he actually stood out.
Yeah, he jumped
compared
from
to that.
top 100 inside the top 100 barely to being the 10th ranked prospect in
Yeah.
some organizations,
So I
depending
mean,
where you go.
we all agree Will Smith killing it right now. He's definitely an upgrade over Barnes and Martin.
Yeah. Didn't I say back in early May after call up, I said Will Smith would be the starter.
But if we're going off of your early season predictions, Joshua Bustos,
what did I say?
you said Dustin May.
Dustin May.
I said Dustin May would be the sleeper.
And there was someone else too, I think, too, if I'm not tripping.
And it's all right though. I can't completely
Didn't
call
you
you out because I said DJ Peters.
Well,
Yes, but
DJ
DJ
Peters-
Peters.
well, DJ
Didn't you
Peters
see
is
them with
com-
DC Peters?
DJ Peters is coming up, and Dustin May still contribute to this team.
When's Peters coming up?
Probably next year.
September?
If he doesn't get traded.
September, right?
He has-
might be. Yeah, he might be a
Might be part of that whole
a
trade.
trade asset. Which let's go into that. Okay, trade deadline is on Wednesday, right? The Dodgers obviously are trying to shore up the bullpen.
Yeah.
As far as it seems, but a way they might do that is acquiring another starter
Yeah.
and throwing one of the current starters into
What
the
do you-
bullpen.
Trade
What do you think, Ray? Do you think we should go after a starter and move Kenta to the bullpen, or Stripling to the bullpen, or should we just go after straight out over a reliever?
See, so since the reliever market is like, and we were just talking about this like before we started, reliever market is so touchy right now.
It's so stupid.
I've never seen so many guys that have been up for trades, and in this like last week and a half, all their appearances have been like god awful.
Yeah.
Like blown saves, giving up multiple runs, like things that they haven't, they're not, they weren't doing all year. So you think about right now, it's like, yeah, our bullpen's really bad and inconsistent to say the very least, but all the good teams' bullpens are crap. Milwaukee's bullpen is terrible.
Yeah, they've
like
been
all
having
these
issues.
other playoff
Well, no,
teams.
Milwaukee's okay.
Chicago?
Still, they have a lot of
Hey,
blown
hey,
saves
well,
to bad teams.
Yeah, they have one, maybe two good relievers.
But they're blowing
Yeah.
saves.
Still
They're blowing saves.
But
you know?
Hader, we get the Hater, it's usually game over.
Yeah, Mr. Racist Hater. But yeah, I mean even Kimbrel is not
Yeah,
on.
Kimball maybe
blown.
30 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago blew another save.
Yeah,
He's
Kenley yesterday almost
Blew-
blew another save.
I mean
Like,
that's what he
was
does though now.
High wire act.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
Kimbrough
Kenley's
had a 2-run lead
shaky.
and lost it.
Yeah, and I think the big key here, I think that, I mean obviously our offense is amazing. Even on a bad night, we're still scoring 3-4 runs. Like come
Imagine
on.
we'll go back to it in a 2nd
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that lineup now with Will Smith as the number 8 hitter.
It'd be sick.
Yeah.
It'd be sick. It'd be filthy. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like now that we have a catcher solidified, and hopefully Will Smith will be hot and continue to stay hot. Maybe Barnes gets better, whoever.
I'm not even
We
asking.
have, a solid lineup again. We just fixed our problem.
Yeah.
So I do think personally that if we get a guy like Stroman or Noah Syndergaard, aka Thor, I think then the key to making it in the playoffs right now is going to be some experimental pitching and straight long relief. Sorry, I had to fart.
Oh wow.
I was gonna say, oh man, I haven't had dinner. My stomach is
Sorry,
growling.
Tommy and his motorcycle gang next door having a swap meet.
Yeah,
so a little loud.
little tidbit on the Hooligan Studios. We're next door to a motorcycle club. I'm not gonna say gang. I was gonna say biker gang.
That's what Tommy calls them,
It's
dude.
a biker gang.
They're actually really nice guys. By
Yeah,
the way.
they're really
super
cool.
They've invited us over for.
But yeah, they have the warehouse next door to ours,
feels like a
and
carnival.
once a month, I think they have like a get together,
And
our
it's
whole
today.
and our whole back area has like 70 motorcycles, and they're like barbecuing and blasting Dolly Parton.
Josh is down. He wants to get a motorcycle. He's into it.
Right before we went live, Bustos
ready-
was dancing some Dolly
I'm
Parton
ready,
for
I'm ready,
us.
I'm ready for them to.
Some, like, serious
I'm ready
Sons
for
of
them to start
Anarchy.
line dancing. And
It
I'm
is.
jumping over
Dude,
there.
Bustos was singing the lyrics to Jolene like
And-
screaming.
And I think because Tommy went over there, because Tommy's the most social of all of us in the sense of
Yeah.
making new friends.
Yeah.
He went over there and he's like, "So, do you guys like Sons of Anarchy, or
He's like, 'cause I know every episode by heart, you know.
you guys watch the Mayans?"
Yeah, seriously. But all jokes aside, with the Dodgers, I really think that the key to staying relevant and keeping the upper hand in these playoffs is doing the long relief thing.
Yeah.
So you get a guy like Stroman, Syndergaard. Syndergaard definitely has a little bit of a better playoff record than Stroman, but they both have about the similar sample size. Stroman's had one good game, one bad game. So you look at it like that, and you put a guy like Kenta, who's rather solid in long relief or stripling. I think that solidifies us, and then get to
And-
Kelly and Jansen. Hopefully, don't blow it.
And another thing with that, I think also is going to affect it. Rich Hill.
I would-
Rich Hill's been out for a while, but he's supposed to
Yeah.
come back in September.
I actually think Rich Hill will be a great left-handed specialist.
I was
And
gonna say, if he
Louis
comes
G.
back before the playoffs, you got to consider that like an addition
Yeah.
into it, because the fourth starter spot, who do you want? If obviously you would want Rich Hill, but if you don't have that, you're relying on either Kenta or Stripling, which I mean can go either way.
Yeah.
It's not like
I
the-
trust
a
Stripling
solid-
more than Kenta right now.
I
but
think-
even then,
I think though that I think the relief market is just stupid right now.
Yeah.
It's just like
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if we get like a Stroman or a Syndergaard,
Yeah, but
like one of those guys, we plug one of the other guys in the
But
back.
the question is, how much would you want to give up to get those guys?
That's the thing.
No, and we do need a reliever though, like regardless
Yeah.
of the fact that Kenley, like he's good, bro, but he has his moments.
And
Yeah,
he
and
has
he
those
does
moments more than he
Yeah,
has.
and the
his
moments that keep happening more and
And,
more.
and at the time, dude, he gets played every game, dude. Every game, Kenley's out there, dude.
I mean,
Every
like
game, they just
usually,
bring him
yeah,
out.
usually when we're winning, for sure. If we're winning for sure, we're gonna see Kenley.
When
But
was the last time he's had a 1-2-3 save?
Right. Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks.
I think he had one last week.
Was it last week on the road? It
but
was on a
the-
road.
They're few and far between for
Yeah,
sure.
very far
Yeah.
between.
But I mean, remember every night he came out, it was 1-2-3
But-
for like 3 years
Yeah,
straight.
before he was just like
But here's the thing.
untouchable.
Okay, we know Kelly's gonna be the closer no matter what. As much as we disagree.
I mean, that's even up for debate. Say Joe Kelly
It-
goes
it-
on a
it's
crazy.
questionable. It is. It's very.
run.
It's very up to debate.
I mean, as much as it's gonna hurt Kenley's feelings, they still got to do what they have
Yeah,
to do to
that's-
win a game.
That's the problem with this team right now, man. Where's Nathan Eovaldi at? But like that's the big issue. Like these guys, like they have these egos, and that's the problem with two. Every time I think of ego in pitching, I think of two guys every time, without a doubt. And these are two guys that seemingly, until like this year, thank God, one of them started doing his homework. But two guys that just for the last 2 or 3 years didn't do their work, didn't work harder, didn't adapt, didn't understand that hitters had their number, and it was Kenley Jansen and Clayton Kershaw.
Wow.
Kershaw still tried to overpower guys with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball serving up taters. Look at all his home runs.
I don't
like
know.
90% of them are on
I don't know.
fastballs.
I don't know Kershaw.
And now
is
but
stu-
he's changed it.
No,
He's
Kershaw's
adapted.
never been stubborn.
He's adapting,
He's
yeah.
always been the last couple of years. He's very strike first oriented.
I don't know about that, man.
He
I mean,
always He always tries to get the first pitch strike.
See, what's crazy with Kershaw is like we've all seen Kershaw like drop from what we remember Kershaw, right? Like we know he's not the same Kershaw he once
he's
was.
still amazing.
but he
but
still
he's
has the
still-
fourth best ERA in the National League.
Yeah, and he's 9-2, I think.
Ten
Yeah,
to two.
9-2,
9-2.
and he
Nine-
has
yeah.
like a 2.8 ERA.
2.85 ERA.
Yeah.
It
Which
was
is
just
fi-
like
which is
that's
fourth best in
still
the National
really
League.
good.
Those
like,
numbers
Fourth
are
best in
great.
the National League, fifth best in the major leagues.
And it's like
Bustos has all these off the
we're-
top of the head.
well, he should because he's Bustos.
Backboard.
We're so spoiled after those four really amazing good seasons. But like the problem that starting with like 2014, is that he kept trying to put out people on his fastball.
Yeah.
And that's the ignorance part.
You
He
try to-
keeps
yeah,
trying to
so, like, blow
overpower
by
guys.
it.
You're
No.
not-
He's
He's not an overpower
How's
guy.
that ignorance when that is your money pitch for years?
It was.
It was
But
for
not,
2 or
I'm
3
saying,
seasons.
I'm saying what you're saying last year. It was still he was still trying to hit the corners. Greg Maddux didn't have a fastball that was 88, but he hit the corners.
I was gonna use the
he-
Maddox comparison just because that's the way he has to pitch in his
But
career
that's,
now.
that's how he has to do it, and he's not there
And he's
yet.
not there
He's
yet.
finally starting to reach that gap. But I mean, how many times, Josh, you see him like against a batter that's got his number?
Well,
he's like, I'm gonna overpower this guy, and he's just keeps giving it.
Well, time out.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
He gets taken yard.
He gets taken yard, but everyone's his taken yards are so far in between that it's over glorified.
I mean, he's always been lucky too. Like it's always a solo shot, always a solo shot.
That's a
But it's also a testament to how good he is and how he doesn't walk people always.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just imagine if he didn't try to get his ego in there and try to overpower
I don't
guys
think
with
he has,
92
I
mile
think
an
the
hour
only
fastball.
ego he had with Kershaw was that he would take the ball anytime, any place, anywhere.
I mean,
that's
he's
also
a
an
competitor, but
Which
yeah,
is fine, but if you don't got it, dog, sit down.
And honestly,
sit down.
obviously, this is just a testament for them.
And this is
A
gonna-
good team is like their offense. Obviously, when Kershaw's out there, he's getting
And you guys know
run
how
support
much I love
unlike
Kershaw.
years before. Yeah,
I mean, how many Kershaw jerseys I have at my locker at work was number 22. Like, I was literally the
Show 'em
biggest
your
Kershaw.
wallpaper.
I was the biggest Kershaw homer ever.
I-
The
we all-
wallpaper.
We all know
Your lock
Down
Kershaw.
Dodger Stadium.
Kershaw's had 3 bad starts in the playoffs, and they were really bad.
Oh yeah.
starts.
First
But
of all, yeah.
His
let's
ERA, his ERA numbers in the playoffs, everyone looks, it's horrible. It's one of the worst. His ERA is only 4.23
Yeah.
in the playoffs, and
That's
that's
not
with
terrible.
3 horrendous
Yeah,
starts.
with like 3 9 ERA games, and like
Worse than 9 ERAs.
and like the people need to understand, like the talk, and it ended last year. The talk about Kershaw being a bad pitcher in the playoffs is over. He's a mediocre pitcher,
Right.
and he's on an on-off thing. I've looked at it.
He's just
he
off.
has a good start, and then he has a bad start, and he has a good start, and then he has a bad start. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
So you need to understand, like as a Dodgers, they need to understand, like he's never going to get 2 wins in a row in the playoffs.
No,
if he gets 2 wins in a row that are like, from quality starts, I'd be very surprised.
Well, you're gonna get 2 quality starts, but you're not gonna get a shutout everyone expected over you.
No, you'll get
And-
1 shutout,
and
and then
he-
you'll have a game where he gives up 4 runs.
Yeah.
and his
Exactly.
workload in the playoffs
Yeah.
is something crazy too.
Yeah, me and you were talking about
Last-
last
yeah.
playoff. He's 6 of the top 6 all time.
And
All
innings
time.
pitched.
in innings pitched
It's
in the
unreal.
postseason.
In baseball history.
What's
which is
up,
crazy.
Mark? Sup, dude?
Yo, Mark's in the house.
Welcome, brother.
Is
We're
Mark-
talking about our beloved and most,
Is Mark a nasty boy?
longest tenured Dodger. Oh, he's super nasty.
Is
The
he a nasty boy?
nastiest. The
I forget
dirtiest.
who's in the club.
I mean, everybody's a nasty boy in the summer when they don't shower for more than 24 hours, dude. Like,
Everybody's a nasty boy when
Hold
it's
on,
100
musty-
degrees
musty boy.
outside.
So let's go back.
Like now, it feels
we
like
kind of gotta
100.
do. We know your number 1 this
Stinky
year
boys.
is Reed.
oh, and how about a guy that's worked hard and it's
Injury.
paid off?
He's injury prone. That's the only.
Yeah, but it's
Worked
paid
out.
off.
And he
Rehab properly.
he
was
rejuvenated
patient.
his career.
He didn't
Yeah.
keep going back early. Like that's what I love about Reed.
Okay, we know we're starting Rio game 1, especially since his ERA at home is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he
So-
started game 1 at Dodger Stadium and DS.
You know
Who are
what?
you
That's a
starting-
big momentum swing for us.
Who's your game 2 starter? Do you go with Buehler or do you go with Kershaw?
I'm going Kershaw.
I like Kershaw. I think I like Kershaw at home.
Is it going to be at home?
Yeah,
Kershaw.
Kershaw.
Kershaw at
at home?
home. I like Kershaw at home.
I like Bueller on the road.
I did too.
I love Bueller on the road.
I did too.
And then I want a what's it called? They call it the starter. What's it called? What was that little thing that Milwaukee
The
tried
opener?
to do?
No.
Opener, yeah.
God damn. Oh, I hate the opener.
Give me a Ross Stripling opener game 4, and then have
Who's your fourth starter?
Doesn't even face a batter.
Who's your fourth starter? Like who do you
Right
who do you
now?
think- what do you think? Who do you think we should do? Should we
I
go
think
after a
it's
starter?
Noah
Or should we
Syndergaard.
go
it's gonna be Marcus Stroman. Yeah.
You see,
Marcus
should we,
Stroman.
so here's the question: do we go out to starter right now, or you trade for a relief pitcher?
Trade for a starter.
Trade for a
The relief market is so wish-washy right now, and like you trade for a guy that I'd rather get a guy that can pitch 6 innings of two-run ball than a guy that might blow a game.
So what do you?
As long as it's not too outlandish, I feel like we're going to give up some prospects and get one of these, either Stroman, either a
you'd rather have a
Syndergaard.
starter?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so-
get a starter, and then one of the current starters goes to the bullpen, if not 2.
Well, it's gonna be
Urias,
Kenta.
You
Kenta,
don't think Chicken Strip?
Chicken will be in the bullpen.
Stripling.
Where's Urias right now? He's hurt, right?
No, he's healthy.
pitching?
He
Okay.
just pitches like 3
Yeah,
innings a
yeah,
game
he's-
for like 3-4 every 3 or 4 days.
And him also in the postseason out of the
I know.
bullpen.
He
is gonna be
was-
no one's
solid.
talking about that. He's gonna be
Yeah.
great
That's
for the
what-
postseason.
yeah, I was about to say,
He's
we
gonna
haven't
be our
mentioned this.
He could be our Andrew Miller back in 2016.
We haven't talked about him so much. I thought he was injured. Right? That's how much he's under the
Well,
radar.
his ERA is like 2.3 right now in the
Yeah, which
bullpen,
is fantastic.
which is great.
And that's what we need. You know who's also solid? And we're not giving him enough love this season. Alex Verdugo, man.
Oh, yeah.
What a baller! And he had a great game, an amazing game on Friday night, defensively and offensively. The guy's batting 300 roughly, and it's like this guy. No one's giving him enough credit because that's how great this Dodgers team. And this is the greatest Dodger team we might ever see. You got a guy like Cody Bellinger, who's having a world-renowned MVP season that we talked about for decades, if not centuries. But you have a guy that's batting 300 with like 12 dingers, and batting like 6th or 7th.
No, how about
and no one's even
he's
talking
batting second
about
round. He's batting second round. How about this? You got a player.
Verdugo, I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's batting second now.
Okay,
That's
yes, good.
So how about this? You have a player who was a former Rookie of the Year and finished 3rd in the MVP one year, batting 7th.
Yep.
Corey Seager,
And Seager's still batting 280 right now.
275.
And like that's crazy. Like I feel like everybody just forgot about Seager because it's typical of LA fans jump on the it's
So
the
Mark
riding
says
train.
2 prospects for Stripling for Noah.
Ooh, get rid of the strip.
You know what's funny about that?
Nah, bro, those
Your
brains
problem-
are
Your problem is that
sick.
you can't
The
trade Stripling no
brains.
more.
You said what?
You can't trade Stripling right now
Why?
because you just put him on the DL. So you can't trade a player who was put on the DL. So right now, Stripling I think cannot be traded.
But by the way, I think I'm bad luck for a while. I went to one game in July, and it was a game where Bellinger gets ejected, and Stripling and Kike get hurt, and the Angels win. So it was
another game I got you too. You lost one of the Mets when freaking Mike.
that was the one game we lost to the Mets too.
So
but
we
I
raised the bad luck
no,
term?
I was
So
there.
we're not setting rate at any postseason
That's
game.
fine with me. I'll save money. After sneaking in the World Series, I don't care to go to any playoff game. All the
Playoffs
fans
at
there,
home.
playoff games are quiet and fake. I don't care.
Wow.
I'll enjoy it from
Wow.
home. I'll literally sit outside the stadium, and then when they win, I'll bum rush the gates and party with you guys. So it's all good. You know I'm not wrong either.
So okay, so you want a starting pitcher. You want Stroman. What do you give up?
I think you give up a bag of balls. You know?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, come on, be realistic.
No, I know. I don't.
Hey,
I
okay,
don't.
I'm the Toronto GM right now.
What's his
pretending.
name? What,
Wow.
isn't that the
All
Greek
right.
guy? Or whatever?
Yeah.
No,
The
that's
old
he's
Dodger.
Atlanta.
He's in Atlanta now.
Oh yeah, he
okay.
moved. He moved.
Yeah, you moved to the
He
Dodgers.
came
to Atlanta.
from Toronto to the Dodgers.
Dodgers
and
to Dodgers to Atlanta.
I don't want to give up Ruiz.
Okay, Tim, give me your offer, and I'll counter it. I'm
What do
thinking
you-
like a GM.
I'm trying to think of who we
You're
have.
putting him on the spot.
So I'm gonna get DJ Peters
Okay.
and
How dare you?
Kevin Lex. I'm
Dustin
kidding.
Mays.
Maybe
Dustin
Mays. DJ Peters,
Wow.
first round draft pick.
Can't trade first round picks.
You
Buddy.
can't trade first rounders.
No, this is not the NBA, NHL, or the NFL.
What
Wow.
picks can you
You
trade?
cannot trade any picks. You trade prospects.
Oh, okay, prospects. Sorry. Okay. So who's that guy tearing
Okay,
up?
so
Who's the guy tearing it up in Tulsa right now?
Gavin?
Oh,
Is he?
he's-
Did
he's
he
up
get
already.
promoted though?
Yeah, he's
Not
up.
yet. Not
He's
yet.
in
But he's a
OKC?
top. He's in OKC.
He's in OKC. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But who's in Tulsa?
No one. Tulsa's been depleted.
Yeah.
Everyone's called up.
Yeah, everyone's called up. now.
Oh, they just okay. So
The only person that's starting pitching is doing well is Josiah Gray, who we picked up in the Yasiel Puig trade.
that's who I was thinking of.
Are you
So
gonna
you
do
trade
that
Gray.
trade high on Matt Beatty? Weren't we talking that the other day?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. For Stroman, I think the max you want to give up is probably someone like Calvert Ruiz has to be part of that trade.
Yeah.
You think so?
I feel like he's gonna.
He has to be part of that trade.
And
So,
do you give him up or do you give Will Smith up?
you give Calvert. Will Smith can help you win the World Series right now. Calvert Ruiz cannot, even though he's at AAA.
Yeah, this is the year.
So you take and Calvert Ruiz is basically a switch hitting.
He said Ruiz is gone, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
Ruiz is a switch hitting like Carlos Santana.
I was
player.
literally gonna say he's gonna be Carlos Santana for us right now.
Yeah.
Watch, because
Drew-
at the time Santana was our hot shot catching prospect,
He's a switch hitter.
and we
He
traded
doesn't
him, and everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know about that one. That might come around to
He
bite
does- he
us."
doesn't
And sure
strike-
enough,
It
he-
did.
Yeah, he's.
But
does-
he still never won a championship.
He doesn't strike out.
And he only fits
I
in
mean,
Cleveland.
neither has anyone on the
He
Dodgers.
went to the Phillies and
So
and
I
shit
would
for that.
trade Ruiz to get Ruiz. I would say Stroman's is not as high as Syndergaard.
And that's why I like him though, because
I
you
don't
don't have to
think-
give
I don't
up
think
as
you would
much.
have to give it to Josiah Gray.
And
That's what I
Syndergaard
like.
has to get fixed. He's
I know.
technically broken as
Yeah.
far as they're saying right now. But
How
the
is he-
idea is Honeycutt is gonna come to the rescue and
Wait,
fix
how
this.
is he broken?
Because
when
his numbers on his, I don't know if it's his slider or which of his off-speed pitches, he's just getting lit
he's-
up all year
hey,
long.
He's the 4.23 ERA for the pathetic Mets this year.
I know. Okay, so what's
Yeah.
DeGrom?
Huh? DeGrom is like 2 point.
Exactly. So why doesn't
And
he
DeGrom
have?
was like 1.6
Well,
last year,
DeGrom-
yeah.
1.9
Yeah,
or something.
DeGrom was
crazy.
stupid last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like,
Well, hey.
it's the.
I think I prefer Noah. I like Stroman too, but I think for the Noah trade, I would do Josiah Gray, Kelbert Ruiz, DJ Peters, and another prospect
That many?
A current player? Are
Oh.
we gonna say any
Oh,
current
for
players?
Syndergaard or Stroman?
for Syndergaard.
Okay, that makes sense.
For Syndergaard, that's where I start for Syndergaard.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Thor on the Dodgers?
I know.
Marketing alone in LA, that'll be a big deal because it's still like 2.5 years of control, right? Is
Yeah.
that what?
2 years, 2.5 years.
2.5 years of control.
I mean, you
still?
have 2
If
years.
the Dodgers don't win the World Series with Syndergaard, I literally don't know what to do.
I mean, same thing could be
I might
said
be stop watching
with
baseball.
you, Darvish, or every other.
Same thing.
Nah, I don't know, man.
Manny
Maybe-
Machado. We've gotten the big guys in the deadlines
No,
before, and we
we
still
never-
can't win.
Yes, we
Nope.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the last 2 years.
Verlander vetoed every trade.
I'm not saying the top guy, but I'm talking like the top 2 or 3 guys
Okay,
available.
Top 3, yes.
Yeah,
They vetoed.
those are big names on already a
So
powerhouse
we didn't
team.
need Machado.
Yes, we
I
did.
mean,
Yes, we did.
Seager,
we needed Machado
he
to
didn't
get
do
into
much.
the playoffs.
Seager wasn't
Okay,
there.
but-
Yeah, Seager was hurt.
Yeah. So basically, I think for Noah, you have to give up at least minimum Jeter Downs, not Jeter, Josiah Gray and
DJ Peters.
DJ Peters and
Dustin May.
Calvin Ruiz or Dustin May.
Okay.
I think.
Dustin
But
Brown.
here's interesting. You want to keep 2 of the 3. What happens if you try to get Edwin Diaz too, part of that deal? Who's been struggling? Can Honeycutt
And-
fix him in New York? He has a
That'd
four-
be
He
crazy.
has a 4.4 ERA this year, or high 4.
Wasn't he killing it like the first 2 months of the season?
Yeah, killing it the first part of the year and first month of the year was great Seattle, but he's struggling lately. Do you take a chance on Edwin Diaz?
I have no idea.
Edwin Diaz was the top closer last year of all baseball.
Yeah. And he was the guy that closed out the game. We were at the game against the Mets.
Yeah, that's the problem too. As closers are heckled and jibed.
I mean, it's going to be interesting however this plays out. I think the Dodgers are definitely going to do something. Hopefully. I mean, like we said, they've done something pretty significant to improve the team the last couple of years. Hopefully, they continue on with
I
that.
mean, I just don't get why relief pitching. I understand why relief pitching is so important. I just don't get why these players, these teams are.
It's
trying
gonna be, dude. It's gonna be a logjam. If Hill comes back in September, and we still have added someone like Stroman or Syndergaard,
He's a
you're
lefty
talking
specialist.
about you're talking like the Dodgers legitimately having like 8 or 9 starters.
Yeah, but he's a lefty specialist though. Rich Hill would not mind to win a World Series to come out of the bullpen and pitch as a relief pitcher. Before he was a starter,
But that's what I'm saying. Like any of these guys, because you can say Hill, Maeda, Stripling, Urias, all those guys won't be on the playoff starting roster. Can
Sorry.
be starters,
Could
and
be
they'd
relief
all be
pitcher.
coming out of the pen.
yeah.
And that's even not counting someone like Syndergaard or Stroman being added and pushing, you know what I mean, pushing someone else. That's a lot of. I feel like there's gonna be a logjam at some point.
There's
Do you
already
think-
a logjam.
do you guys think that we are gonna get Syndergaard?
No.
I mean, there's a rumor on ESPN the
I
other day
just-
that it was gonna happen, and that the Dodgers had the assets to pull off a deal like that, and that supposedly he's available and stuff like that. So naturally, the rumors come to the Dodgers
So
right
are we
away.
winning the World
Always.
Series without any trades?
We have to make a trade no matter what, and they will make a. They will
That's,
make a
okay,
trade.
that's
Even
the
if it's
$1 million question right there.
Even if it's a small trade, the Dodgers will make a trade. Oh wait, we already made a small trade. That doesn't count though.
The Max Muncy's twin.
Yeah,
Yeah, Max Muncy's right-handed brother.
Yeah. Tyler White. I think and smart. They got a guy who can help them for August in Tyler White. And you're able to rest an old David Freese, who's still banged up from his injuries from the regular season. You need David Freese to be healthy for the postseason. He's a great right-handed bat against left-handed.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So people are like, why to get Tyler White? Because you want David Freese healthy. David Freese is not 100% right now. So you tell
Which
David
sucks.
Freese to get healthy.
Gotcha. Well, I agree with you. I mean, it needs to happen. And I think the Dodgers, again, we're at 70 wins if we win tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we already, so we're still doing okay. This
I
is
just
still
don't
the
know-
best Dodger team we've ever seen.
I just don't feel like this. As much as I want that big trade, I just don't see a big trade happening. I just don't. I think everyone's asking way too much.
What's up, KC?
I think everyone's.
What it do,
I
KC?
think everyone's asking way too much for the players they want.
Oh, of course. I mean,
I think-
they have to gouge. I mean, it's in their best interest.
I think
right?
Felipe Lopez, great reliever, probably is the best reliever out there right now.
Mhm.
They want two of Dustin May, Calvin Ruiz, Will Smith, or Gavin Lux. No, sorry, Dustin May can contribute this year,
Yeah.
maybe as a bullpen arm. Gavin Lux could come in and play second.
Gavin Lux is going to be the Kike Hernandez replacement, dude.
Well, Gavin Lux is going to be, if it's not playing this year, will be the opening day starter next year
Yeah.
at second.
Yeah, absolutely. I
'Cause
have no
they'll-
doubt in my mind.
They'll
next
make
year.
a trade this offseason, either getting rid of Jock
Or Kike or somebody.
or someone, not only Kike, but Jock or someone in the outfield
Yeah,
to get Gavin to second.
yeah. I mean, he's sick, and his progression is so fast.
I mean,
It's
I
unreal.
was looking at his numbers. I think Gabriel Torres from the Yankees. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's his comparison right now. I think the Gavin Lux is going to be Gabriel Torres.
And he's fantastic. Was he an All-Star this year?
He was
Torres?
an all-star the
Yeah.
first 2 years. He had 22, 24 home runs, batted 280, 290. I think that's what you can expect from Gavin Lux when he comes in as a left-handed bat.
What was that?
I said Gavin Lux is probably
Every time I come back from the bathroom.
I think Gavin Lux is close to like a Gleyber Torres type player.
On the Yankees?
Yeah, he just doesn't have as much power as
Uh-huh.
Gaber, but he's faster.
So, but what does that do with Seager?
We'll see. I think Lux is going to play second.
Oh.
That's what's going to happen next
And
year.
Muncy?
Munson's going to go
Yep.
to first. The question
And Jock
is,
Peterson?
Jock Peterson's going to be the casualty, not this year, but next year.
I love him. I love John.
Yeah, but he's going to do. Friedman's going to.
I heard that Peterson's unhappy
Yeah, because he's not getting.
because
gonna
he's
play
not
every-
being used.
Yeah.
Who?
Peterson?
Yeah.
He's not getting. He's not playing every day.
He's also not good enough to start every day. So later, Jock, love you. Thanks for everything. You're awesome.
It's gonna be a
I
it's
swear.
gonna be a Friedman special.
Home run derby.
He started hot.
No, it'll be a
He's
Friedman
on there.
special. He's last year of his contract. They'll trade him for a team, whatever. Replenish the prospect pool with the players they got from Jock, like they did with Puig, like they did with the Kemp trade. They got 2 top 10 prospects out of that trade,
Yep.
and they'll use that trade those players next year to add to the prospect depth and make trades in the future.
We have people glad that Jock stopped grabbing his balls at bat.
And it wasn't just that bad. Every time he'd be in the outfield right before he starts walking,
If we're talking about players adjusting themselves, Corey Seager's got to be.
Oh yeah, Corey Seager.
you know,
Like every 2 seconds, he's like adjusting his cup. I'm like,
number
shit.
one of all time, I think, on the Dodgers ever has got to be Hanley or Manny Ramirez.
Oh, God.
One of the
Manny,
Ramirez's, bro.
Manny.
Hanley was bad, dude. Every time he just on it, like in the shortstop,
Be like,
man.
dude, relax.
Be
This
like,
is a family
bro, did
game.
you, I was like, did you like just swing and break your back? Like,
Like,
what's
it's-
going on? You pull your
right?
hamstring?
What's going on with you?
You know, today's a special day, guys. We didn't even bring it up yet, but I think the Dodgers will be okay right now. I think they'll be rocking, and I think they can sweep the Nationals tomorrow, and get us going into next week. Which the Padres coming to town. That'll be a fun series. Other than that,
honestly,
Go ahead.
are we talking? Are you moving from Dodgers? Because I had one more Dodgers. thing.
Dodger it up.
Oh, we got to start to talk about
The-
the stadium.
The renovation. So last week we had talked about the potential changes in all the outfield. So we actually got confirmation last Tuesday on what's going to happen. They did the whole press conference and did that whole thing, and it ended up being similar to what we had seen in those pictures, but
It
a
looks
little
like
bit-
it's even better.
it's even better than those pictures.
There's a couple.
There's a couple drawbacks that we're not happy about. There's a couple things we are happy
I
about.
think there's a couple things that more.
I'm down.
I think a couple things that more DJ and I are more
Yeah.
upset about because we're a bunch of everyone in life is a bunch of people of habits,
Creatures of habit.
creatures of habits. So a lot of our habits and a lot of our things
Are gonna change.
Are gonna change
Yeah.
drastically.
But not that much.
Well, more than you.
I mean,
They're still keeping the benches. The new
Well,
home
Can,
run
okay, can I
seats.
just comment on that? Because Stan
Exactly.
Kasten made it a point a bunch of times to be like, and don't worry, fans, we're keeping the benches. I'm like, dude,
No,
I don't
but
think
no
you've
one
watched.
wants that.
I was gonna say, I don't think you've watched a game in the pavilion.
Yeah,
I
It's
think we
like-
want. We like the color of the benches. We
Right.
just want new benches.
Can we
that
just
are
get
Or like
back.
some
Can we
cushions.
just get padding? Can we
Yeah.
just get
Or
padding?
something like even bleacher seats with a back. That's all I want.
Can we just get
Keep
padding?
it to brown.
You can leave it a bench, just make it more comfortable than
yeah.
a wooden plank.
I mean, how much is foam?
Something.
Plastic.
When you're making $3
I need
billion,
some space
when
grade
you're making
NASA.
$3 billion
Right.
in profit a season.
Yeah,
how much is
something.
foam?
Maybe we don't acquire someone at the deadline and put that money towards the benches.
You know what? That's a better idea because at least I can
So-
watch them lose in comfort now.
That's one of the things.
so
and Kasten said that, don't worry, fans. And I was like, dude, you need to watch a 16 inning game with us out in the pavilion, and then
Dog.
be in like the 14th inning, be like, all
This is
right.
at
Terrible.
5, and I have to make my usual walks around.
Yeah, you're just like, okay,
Yeah,
let's
you
do
can get
this.
up a lot.
Let's do this.
I thought
I
got
have
up
to
a
because
lot.
those benches
It's
are
so uncomfortable.
freaking uncomfortable.
Yeah, you gotta go for your runs to get a little popcorn or whatever, get a little drink.
Go visit the people at not my
Yep.
section.
Say what's up. Hey, what's up,
Time-
field level?
Time Warner Girls? No, they're not
Yeah,
there.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But their stations are back,
John
but
Cena
it's not the
song.
girls. Underneath, you remember those promotion items?
That was your favorite Boost Bruce. Tell us.
Tell me what you miss most about the Time Warner Girls.
Well, you see some of the
Like the Dugout Club tickets.
yeah, like
Yeah.
dugout club, where one of us would get it
Every time.
Every other time.
I miss the fact that they hooked this up.
Yeah.
They were hella cool.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the one time. Like it was so sick how they like just tap this one. Okay, sure. Oh,
Like,
I got
oh
tickets.
no! What a surprise!
I'm literally sitting, dude. It was actually funny that one day I went. That was like a really cool day. It was against the Pirates, and I think Jared Hughes was still with the Pirates. So I was talking crap to him the entire day, like because he's one of my buddies on one of the teams, on the enemy team, away team, and I was talking
Like
crap to him.
dance battle buddies or
No,
like
just,
Instagram
chopping it
buddies?
up buddies.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was talking crap, and so then I get upgraded like after BP. I go to the seats and I'm just sitting there. Everybody's clearing out to Saturday, like it's like a 4:00 Saturday game. It's like cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go to the front row, and like where the execs are, where like Magic Johnson them seats are, and I'm like just sitting in front row with Matt Lowry, and I'm like, yo, what's up? There's a foul ball, and Jared Hughes is pitching finally, relieving for the Pirates. Pitches a ball, foul ball from, I think it was a foul ball from Kershaw, or some pitcher was hitting. It was a pitcher on pitcher. It was, I know who it was. God, what's his name? Old guy. He was an old pitcher. He came back for 2 stints. Jamie Wright.
Oh, okay.
So Jamie Wright was batting, which is so weird, against
Right.
Jared Hughes, the guy was on
Name I
crap to.
haven't heard in a minute.
Jamie Wright fouls it off, and Aegon gives me the ball. I'm like, Aegon, give the ball? And he's like, sure, thanks. And then, like, one of the Dodgers executives, I forget the guy's name, was Lon Rosen, I think that guy's name. He's like, hey, you guys go back to your seats. Like, you can't sit here. I was like, all right, whatever. And then
You don't belong.
Jared comes up after the game, because it was like, remember they did the movies at the park?
Yeah.
They were showing Sandlot or some
yeah.
crap. Yeah. So I go to the field level, and they come out of the tunnel. And I see Jared, and I'm like, dude, how cool did it to get the ball and have Jared sign it? He pitched it. And I was
Yeah.
like, gave me his ball. Sorry, Bo. And so he comes up, and he sees
Don't
me.
worry, it's muted.
Yeah, right? So I come up, and Jared Hughes is like, oh, what are you doing here? Puts me in a headlock, gives me a hug, dude. I was
What?
like, what? And he signed it. I was sitting there with his family and stuff. I was like, hey, Jared. I was like, you're a super cool guy, man. I literally got to this special seats. Like, you finesse everywhere, huh? I was like, yeah, pretty much.
And you're like,
I
and
didn't-
that's the day I fell in love.
I think the game I got one of the games I actually it was a day game. No one was there but DJ's dad.
Yeah,
so
he
no-
took my dad. Him and my dad were in the Dugout Club
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Shout out to Time Warner Girls, man.
Alright.
yeah. So all we did was I think it was a 12 o'clock game.
It was a
12
day game,
o'clock game
yeah.
no one goes to except for
Yeah.
Was it a businessman's?
business. It was
Oh,
nice.
the
Businessman
getaway
special,
days,
yeah.
so
Getaway days.
good.
So basically, it actually feels good behind home plate for that game because the sun's actually not into
It's
you.
like
it's
directly-
behind
Yeah, it's a
you.
little bit
Yeah.
behind you.
It's
Yeah.
behind you.
And not
So-
until like 3-4 o'clock he
Yeah.
gets in front
And
of
in
you.
there, I'll just hang out underneath
But
the whole
you get
game.
the food.
I'll just hang out
Well, what you
underneath.
do is you get the ice cream, you just bring it up and watch the game, and you eat
Yeah,
ice cream all day.
I'll just camp out right there.
Free,
The air
free
conditioning,
ice cream, dog.
Yeah.
air conditioning, and the World Series trophy right there.
Yeah, right.
Well, let's go back to the stadium renovations.
Oh yes, the stadium
Anyways,
renovations.
thank you, Time
So
Warner
I
Girls.
heard it looked like they're building more of those like.
We'll talk about
interactive-
okay. We'll talk about specifically the things that we did because we were already talking about this. The things that we weren't happy about. One of the things is this new home run alley.
Home run alley. The
Home run alley is what they're
home run-
calling it.
I always thought it was if San Diego's like the party box.
And also the Royals, I think, have something
Yeah,
like that.
I think it's gonna be like a party
Mets-
box.
Mets
I don't
have
think
it
it's
too.
I don't think it's gonna be a party box. I think it's gonna be more.
So we're the gap between the pavilion and the wall is at Dodger Stadium is now going to get filled in,
Which
and
is
they're going to put
great.
tables and bar stools and
It's gonna bounce off the table into my glove now. It's perfect.
okay, that's it.
those
Oh,
people
wait.
and those people aren't going to be paying attention. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Not
If
at
that's
all.
a party area and that's the home run, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Bet you $5 someone gets hit in the head. They're gonna put a net up.
I wonder how that's going to work as far as
Casey has a question about that.
BP.
About something. Casey, go ask
You
the
think they'll let you go down there for BP? They're going to
Oh,
keep it
hell no.
closed. It's going to be closed the whole time.
Which is totally fine. Who cares? I mean, the balls don't even go there.
But I'm saying, like, all the ball hawks who normally go down there
Yeah, our
are
buddy-
always in there.
Our buddy Keith's gonna get screwed from all the
Yeah,
game
everybody,
home runs
because now, from what it looks like, the stairwell has been removed. Everybody's going to enter mid pavilion level and go down to their seats.
I'm fine with that though, because I used to just sit on the stanchion and catch home runs
I
right
hate
there.
that.
So I'm totally fine. Just get down.
So there's
in
no
front
more
row.
platforms. There's no more
I hate
stairs.
you.
It's
Hey,
just
so it just sucks.
straight across.
It just sucks for me because I like one thing I hate about it. And I was so mad when I probably think about it. I like it. One thing I like about seats, I get in and out of that stadium so
Yeah.
fast.
yeah, no more.
No more.
Now you're gonna have to wait forever, and you're the last one out of the section
Yeah.
now.
Boo nets.
Nah.
Retractable nets.
pro nets.
Stationary nets.
I'm pro nets.
Retractable nets.
Well,
Nets
hey,
sit there all
okay,
day
actually,
long.
back to your net thing. I was watching the games in Chicago a couple days ago
Yeah.
with the new nets. There's little holes for you to get your autographs. So once
All
you're
right,
open
that's,
that,
hey, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down then.
I
But at the
saw
same
them all.
The
time,
great net
but
debate.
I
if there's holes, then how is it protecting the fans?
Well,
so
it's
then
a
why
clip.
is it
It's
there?
a clip. So all you gotta do is clip it to the nets together. You have it there, and when you get an autograph, people.
So there's no holes during the game.
Yeah, no holes during the games.
I'm down. Do
Wait,
it.
so they clip it back down
Yeah.
during the game.
Yeah, they clip
That's-
it. Well, the nets
But in
are
BP,
regular, but like they
People
have,
can still get autographs.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's basically a retractable net.
It's not a retractable net.
I mean,
You
in that
retract the
sense,
flap.
in the sense where he means it, or like,
Where you can, it's
Yeah.
best of both worlds. You get to have the experience
It's
of being close to the
convertible,
field and the
yeah.
players, and then during the game you're not getting hit with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to the side of your head.
So yeah, I saw like those stadiums with the retractable.
also new Dodger Stadium renderings. All of center field is net. There's a net
Net
over
underneath,
it.
yeah.
Like
It's kind of like
AT&T
San
Park,
Francisco. Yeah, in
Oracle
San
Park.
Francisco, where the entire thing is just a net because it looks like kids are gonna be playing in there and
I
stuff
don't know
like
if you've
that.
ever been there, the beer garden at AT&T Park, but it's really cool down
I
there.
know,
Here's
isn't
a
that where
question.
Bonds'
Yeah.
homer landed?
Yeah.
Wait.
The record-breaking one.
Here's a
Yeah.
question though with that. How do you get? Where's the equipment going to be? How is the ambulance and stuff going to get?
Under the pavilion.
So
on
it'll
High
probably be behind the new fences now, because it's
I know
always
you can,
been around there.
I know you can
anyways.
still open it, close that, but the question is like, what happens if an emergency happens where you got to take out?
I think you can still go under probably on the sides. Like what it looks like is they'll probably still have the down ramps next to the bullpen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next to what
But
I'm
where
talking
you,
about.
you could drive
Well,
before
maybe, yeah.
you could see ambulance or get someone on the field. That
So think of it, yeah. The level that the barbecues and the I forget what's in right field. What's the restaurant? It used to be Lasorda's, but
But it's
whatever.
now
That's
Jim Beam or whatever.
yeah. So that's now like the concourse level that's going to be connecting directly into the walkway of the pavilion, into this new center field, whatever they're building over there, the standing room only and all that. So all that's going to be the level you come in on, where the center field thing is at, and then everything that we used to know as far as like going to the stadium, going down the stairs and under the pavilion doesn't look like it's going to be a thing anymore. So
It looked like it's gonna be a
maybe
whole bunch
under
of
the
bars.
under the pavilion maybe.
They'll
Just
probably
like,
have boxes, and they might have concessions. So you never know. I just hope it's not different. Regardless, this is the time, the last 2 months of the season, to take all your pictures of it down there, and
yeah, last.
you know
Who
compare.
knows
it,
what's
you
not
know.
going to be there?
So DJ and I can.
Don't worry about the
DJ,
benches.
you and I can remembrance of the old days where we were
Where
actually
you
locked
run,
up.
run for a baseball that no
Right.
one else saw go under and
Yeah.
fall down the
Or
stairs
like
somebody.
creeping your way over to the stairs to make sure there's not a ball already
Yep.
hit as you're like going up the stairs. You're like, is it clear? Okay, I can come
Yep.
up the stairs now.
Man,
I might just get
I
pegged
can't-
right
But-
now.
I
But
think it's
you
gonna
see
be safer though, because how many times you see
It's gonna be
people
safer.
get killed?
It's gonna it's gonna be
downstairs?
safer because you're gonna be coming down the
But-
stairs now, so you're already coming out looking at the play. The ball's coming. You're not just gonna get randomly
with
hit.
a party box, with a party box or
Someone's
the
gonna
home run,
get hit.
home run thing. Someone's gonna have it. We're gonna have an interference for a home run now, probably too.
Oh, people reaching over the wall.
We were-
But,
Joe
but,
Noel.
but I don't think it's gonna be that bad because the walls in Dodger Stadium are like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, but they're
so
gonna-
those are still pretty high.
But it's gonna be like bar
your
level
bars-
for the people right there.
no, I don't think they're gonna lower the walls. That's what they said they're not gonna do.
no, but the people that platform is raised.
Right, so they can
So
reach
they-
over
they
still.
c- yeah,
But
they'll
I
be
mean,
able to reach.
How many people rob home runs at Dodger Stadium? Not a lot. Like it's one of the ballparks.
Not
that don't
at
have-
Dodger Stadium because it's hard to, but like in
Yeah.
other stadiums where
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
at Petco Park, it's way easier to do
It's
that.
gonna be easy
Yeah.
now. It's gonna be easy
Chase
now.
Field,
It's
same
gonna be
way.
easy to do that now.
yeah,
It's gonna be like Chase
Look
Field.
how many times if you watch
exactly. Like
There's
they
only
said.
two places where you can rob a home run.
A
Dodger
fan
Stadium.
can rob one.
Yeah, Dodger Stadium. It's that little
Next to the
corner.
foul poles.
Next to the foul poles.
Yeah.
And that's small. And you see it all the time when a ball goes that direction
Yeah.
and it's a close one. A fan can touch that easily.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's,
interfere.
it's right there. I mean, hopefully it doesn't. It's gonna happen eventually,
Yeah.
but hopefully it's just not
But-
an epidemic.
So you
where
see-
there's constantly
so
dudes
look like-
just ruining the game.
So let's talk about what we saw. We already talked about the little things we didn't like.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Things
the
we
things
did like.
we did like.
Okay. What did you like, Busto? What was your favorite part?
The bar, restaurants, and the potential sports betting in the
Yes,
stadium.
the one thing that Busto's lost his mind is one of the renderings. The inside of the pavilion now has TVs all along the walls, and it's like the line, the betting things, and Booster's like, oh my God, they're gonna allow betting at Dodger Stadium.
He's about
I'm
to
never
lose
gonna
it.
leave.
Yeah, I am.
He's obsessed with sports
so-
gambling.
Can I just not? leave that
Boostos is
team?
literally American sports in a really confused body. Like, I love it. It's like, dude, if there was one person, I'd choose to, like, okay, so this is what American sports does to people. I'd have them do a specimen research on
On
Boostos.
Boostos.
No, so yeah, I get there early.
Right.
You do?
Yeah, me, DJ, we get there stupid early.
I've never seen you there late.
We just hang around the benches.
Yeah.
But now we can go and play video games and
Now,
stuff.
now I can start betting on sports of the baseball games when they legalize sports
So
betting.
he's
in
not going to
California.
be around, dude.
Yeah, he's not even gonna be there. I told him he's not gonna
I
go to
don't know
Vegas no more because Boostos.
Good. No need to go to
Boostos
Vegas.
goes to Vegas like every month, 2 months.
Yeah, I gotta
At
get my
least, and he goes, hangs out at the sports books and does that whole thing. I was like, he's just gonna be camped out at Dodger Stadium. Like,
It's gonna be good.
he's never. I wonder if the hours of the stadium itself are gonna be open earlier because they want
I don't
people
think
there
so.
spending money.
I don't know,
Because
I think-
Caston specifically said tailgating. He's like, this is gonna be a tailgating. He said experience or something like that, which means like me to think that it's gonna be something.
But, but the beer is gonna be so
I had
expensive.
to chug a beer in the parking lot the other day.
Yeah,
and
but-
I
but
forgot to say
you know-
tailgating.
The
Oh,
beer is
yeah.
gonna be so expensive though. Still.
Hey man, that's why you
So-
take an Uber to the game.
That's how they're paying for these
You
statues.
know what's funny though? We'll talk about that in a second.
$16.75
You-
for a
Hey,
for an
We
what's it
gotta
called?
find it. We gotta
Everything.
Non-domestic
I was looking
beer.
at the renderings.
Unreal.
I think we gotta find a new hangout place too.
I mean,
Before the games.
What's going on with the hair, dude? I got a new job, and it's summertime. It's too hot, so I had to buzz it down. Buzz it down, Ramiana. I want to see you buzz it down.
puts it down.
Yeah.
Oh
Buzz
my
it down,
God.
you know what I'm saying?
It looked like
Whatever.
based on the renderings. Go ahead.
But yeah, we'll grow it out again. We'll get
Based on the
the
renderings?
Racer Damas, energy fillers back one day soon.
Had to reset the sensors.
Yeah.
It looks like we lose
New
our.
hockey season's coming up.
It looks like we lose our sitting
Like the
area.
barbecue area is
Yeah.
out. and-
Or the two barbecue areas are sitting
well,
area.
I'm
yeah,
down,
it's so,
dude. It's gonna be
hard
dope.
To, it's gonna be cool. Like it
Yeah.
will be cool.
But you know what
Finally,
else-
they can justify
What-
raising tickets to $35.
Because honestly, right now center field's a waste. Like
Yeah.
the smoking
Yeah,
area,
it's a graveyard.
it's just it's garbage.
It's like
Dude,
It's
Junkie
garbage.
Nights, they're gonna have to figure it out, dude. You know what I'm saying? On Junkie Night when they go and
They're
smoke
gonna,
in the.
they're gonna go.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
Not just at them in the pavilion.
So
though.
okay, so we're all jerks in the field. And we call rehab night Junkie Night because
Man.
the thing is, it's the most polluted oxygen wise because a lot of times, just it's one of those things. A lot of people in rehab will smoke cigarettes and as opposed to another
I-
addiction,
to make
which
up- yeah,
which
to
is way
curb
better
it.
than doing
I
drugs
feel
or
bad.
something.
Why do you send them to a Dodger game, especially to the pavilion where people are drinking and ready
Yeah,
to
it
go?
Yeah,
was like the
befo-
rowdiest
before
part of the
before
stadium.
beer was legal in the pavilion. Remember,
Yeah.
there was a while where
Yeah.
there was
That's
not.
when they would send him there.
Yeah, well, I feel like
And
it was
Mormon
cool
night,
then.
too.
Yeah, it was cool then. But now that they changed the rules, and like they're seeing dudes walking around micheladas and
Yeah, and it's
tall
like-
cans.
Well, then they're
and-
just back there smoking cigarettes and trying to get the
Yeah.
walking
Just, like,
cigarette
burning
smoke back into the stadium.
right?
Like big clouds of cigarette smoke. You're like, oh god.
the smoking section is just like all crammed in.
Okay,
It's crazy. Anyways,
so it looks like they're also
Renovations.
taking. So the center field.
Right.
Looks like they're having one of the bars now. It looks like it's going to be up there too.
which looks down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I was skeptical at first, but now they're like connecting stuff.
It
and
was
they're
the
not
Vince
gonna-
Scully narrating it. I told you.
Well, you know,
On the
it
video,
was.
I was like, all right, if
the
Vin's
big
good with it, I'm good with
The
it.
big thing for me was this: not changing the roofing, not
Right.
changing the seats, and not changing the outfield wall.
Well, they are changing seats a little bit.
I mean, they're taking out some seats, but they're not changing.
They're
the
like
wooden
ripping
pieces,
out
so
like two of the
So
upper
I
sections.
feel like
think
this
we
is
were
this is a cool
3 or
upgrade.
4?
It takes us into the modern era because we were talking about a couple years ago as fans. I know I talked to you, DJ, and your dad, but like, when are we going to get a new stadium? Was an actual conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and so the fact that we don't need one now, we have modern amenities, which is cool. The only thing I can't stand about going to a game now is I feel like it's a Kings game. It's just so loud. Every half inning is filled with a game or a loud like activity and like.
And it
I-
doesn't have the Dieters.
Yeah, and it's just,
Not
I just
working.
wish that
It's people. It's
I
what
just
you-
wish that it was Oregon. Oregon was great.
You're
between
you're the
innings.
minority nowadays. People want.
Oh,
that
I
type
know.
of
Well,
energy.
it's because I actually care about baseball and not,
You know,
Yeah.
I was talking.
Bullshit.
I was talking to someone now. It's basically. I think we talked about this briefly. Dodger Stadium is starting to become more and more of a. Oh, I was
Like
at Dodger
yeah, it's a
Stadium.
social thing.
social thing.
It's a status.
So you
thing.
remember how we were
It's
talking
a-
about a couple years ago?
just like a Laker game.
It's a
Yeah,
so,
so-
exactly.
So
like
Dodger
that.
Stadium a couple years ago was the one of the most tagged places.
Yeah, it was the most
was
tagged
in the
place on
world.
Instagram
In
on
the
the world.
world.
It beat out Disneyland
Yeah.
and the Eiffel Tower as
That's
the most tagged
crazy.
Yeah.
location in all of Instagram.
We're gonna see more of my. It'll be actually funny people watching at the stadium for the next
And
couple years.
and even in the renderings, they're already doing all these like selfie stations and
Yeah.
like areas where you can like take special pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They
like
they
the-
know what they're catering to.
There's
like,
like the stairs with the
I actually
logo.
think-
in
with the logo,
back.
yeah. There's two
Right,
different.
The one thing I think
yeah.
I liked about my favorite thing about the
They know what they're doing.
My favorite thing other than the sports bar potentially down there with
The sports betting area.
People that have money, they're catering to these people that have money and don't care about how much they spend.
I actually like the standing room behind.
I
underneath
love that, dude. Behind the pavilion.
Behind the
Because
pavilion.
now you're
That's
row
gonna be
Z.
crazy.
You're row,
Yeah.
Also, think about how much safer you can go to row Z now and it'll be safe and sit there and not
Well,
like you're
Row
gonna
Z's
die.
gone. Row Z and Row Y, that's gone.
That's fine though, but like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
you
they're
sit-
taking those out.
You have to take it out unless you're raising the
You
pavilion.
sit.
That
You
is
sit
true. I
though.
wonder how they do that.
You sit row S and behind at a Dodger game. Other than a day game with the shade, it was suspect, dude.
If
Even-
your
even
if
with
your row
fellow
has
Dodger
double
fans.
letters, if
Oh,
you're an
dog.
AABB,
You're-
you only went to Z.
only went to see, but up in the reserve too.
before I
Like,
think it wasn't it.
But
yeah.
my thing about that is you could stand up there. You could watch a game.
It's
like,
so dope.
Like before, the two places where you
And
stand-
it's gonna come out of the loge, right?
Or
The loge is gonna come out into the
They
pavilion.
had two elevators on the sides now.
yeah, they started doing that.
stoked.
So the two areas before you only can watch the game from
Yeah.
is behind the bullpens.
Bullpens,
Two
yeah.
bullpens.
Right.
And you're missing like a third of the field.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
So now you can sit there in the pavilion,
Yeah.
Top
have
two-
a drink. You know,
You watch the game standing up.
I'm stoked.
I think they realize too how many people don't actually sit in their
'Cause-
seats
so
during
when
the
I-
game because they're in the bars
So
and they're
I w-
socializing and somewhere
When
else.
I went to Boston for the game
Here
on the
we go.
Monster,
next
by
to J Lo touching her arm.
Here we
by the
go.
sixth inning,
He proposed.
by sixth inning,
People who had seats in the Monsters
Uh-huh.
were leaving and just
hanging up on top going to
Why
the
didn't you
bars.
snatch a seat in the standing room?
I wasn't standing in the seats.
I know you're in standing room, right?
Yeah, I didn't go down because I didn't.
Snatch a seat, upgrade.
Snatched- yeah.
Upgrade.
I didn't-
I didn't
Upgrade,
watch
yeah.
it. I just had a better time standing up. My legs hurt.
And now I was gonna say that was the 6-hour game, by the way.
Yeah. My legs hurt for it.
I just like my knees caving in. And
I just like everything going numb.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's
It
like
was
to
fun
be in a
standing
wheelchair my
up.
whole life.
I like the numbness on the monster. It's
I
just a
actually
different kind of numb.
Actually, watched the highlight. I actually watched the highlight of that game finally.
So
the
good.
video.
How many times do you see yourself?
I saw myself
100
twice.
times?
When the game first started and they were like live from on top of the
Yeah.
green monster and they're like doing the pan shot, I slow motion. I'm like, where's Bustos?
saw him.
I didn't see him.
I saw him and actually heard like when it went by, I heard
Hooligan baseball.
guys, we're gonna. You know what?
I had my Hooligans gear on though that day.
Is it a thumbs up or thumbs down on the renovations?
I'm slightly thumbs up. Thumbs
I'm
up.
like this.
2 thumbs up.
I'm like slight up,
Yeah.
but like middle.
Because I think the people who are gonna get screwed mostly are the season ticket holders who are
Yeah.
used to the
As
old
we
ones.
always do.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it no more.
So row A,
They're
which
gonna-
is
yeah, they're
DJ.
gonna
DJ's so used to seeing
I
no
just
one.
rely on you guys for tickets.
Right?
Yeah. Now you know how much it costs, so you can see like, God damn, they're
Yeah.
expensive.
Now on the railing, you're looking down
Yeah.
at now at all the
Yeah,
fancy.
seats.
Dude, now I can split
Social
$7
life.
I would
seats
almost-
on people.
onto
This is
people.
sick, dude.
I would
Yo,
almost
those are
complain.
those tickets are gonna be more expensive, Tyler.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're
they're-
high. They're
they're
marketing
higher.
them as high-end home run alley tickets.
I mean, the funniest
Well, what
thing
does
is
high
though-
end mean? Like, what range are we talking? High end,
you
I consider as
$100.
So I
dugout
say
club.
$75.
75
75?
to 100, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is, like, they're gonna get no home runs. Like, no
That's
home
what
runs
about
go to the
overall.
first
Oh
set.
no, I disagree with that one.
I mean,
They're not gonna get more
no,
than a pavilion.
No. Keat has a great record of catching home runs.
I
down
mean, there
the
are
road.
ones that like do bounce
Yeah,
down
but-
there and stuff like that, but it's still like, if we're talking even specifically the home run derby,
No,
those
home run
guys
derby.
aren't gonna get
No.
because
No,
everything's
not for
gonna
home run
be
derby.
even
It's
in the
gonna go-
front
it's gonna
rows
go-
during the home run derby is
We're-
probably
we're
gonna be
too-
over your
we're too
head.
far- for a home run derby, DJ and I are too far.
You have to be up in those new concourses
Yeah.
that they're building
Yeah,
for
dude.
the home run derby.
Seriously, no, the thing is,
Actually-
bro, the big thing about Dodger Stadium, the hot spots for catching balls are between 301 and 303, 305 and 307,
I
and
disagree.
311 and 313. Those are the wind streams coming out.
I think the best.
And between rows like D and G.
I think the home run. I think the best. Okay, here's a little Dodger Stadium secret. If you ever want to catch a ball during batting practice,
Uh
Here's
oh,
a little
Bustos the
secret.
insider,
the only insider.
if I ever want to catch a ball.
ball hawk Bustos.
Stay aiming 307 left.
Wait, what?
It's looking at the outfield, or
307
Uh huh.
aiming from left 307 to center field.
In between 307 and center field.
Yeah.
So you're talking just left center.
Yeah, left center. That's where most of the home runs go for batting practice.
so
That's
30
where.
30
That's where the tunnel.
So 309 is a dead zone. So you want to do 307 or
No, he's
311?
saying 301, 303, 305 are dead zones.
301, 303, 305 are dead zones. I've sat there for how many?
Unless
10
they're
years.
a pull hitter.
No, I've sat there for 10 years.
I mean,
and
that is true. I probably caught more balls than you in BP. That's probably true.
And you used to sit over there, right? You were
307 row
311?
H,
Yeah.
Oh,
seat
307?
19.
Yeah, 307, 309.
Which I was literally on the aisle 307, 309.
Yeah.
So many home run balls
Yeah,
came
but
to me in a game.
301, 303 is a dead zone. I maybe get 3 chances a year in that area to get a home run.
I feel like 305 is a good starting point though, because I feel like that
I
there's
think-
a stream between 305 and
Thanks,
307.
305. I think maybe the end of 305.
I just know there's so many balls
Thanks,
I've
Christmas.
caught over in 305s near Bobby and
Benny.
You know, Benny. I
Yeah.
love Benny.
And like honestly, like it's weird too because I'm trying to think like where do I see the most? Like where am I trying to like picturing where I see the most? And it's honestly a mix. Like I don't feel like it's one certain area. It depends on like obviously the players and the like you're saying pull hitters and opposite guys like.
I feel like more.
I want to see the
field nowadays.
the spray chart. You know they got charts and everything. The spray chart strictly of the
I
pavilion.
know people. I've seen the spray chart.
Are you
I
talking
know-
about Andrew Friedman?
No, it's actually not Friedman. The Ball Hawks just kind of show me the spray chart.
They have spray charts of it?
Of course.
Yeah,
It-
I know
that's why
someone has
Keith's
spray
so
charts.
good. But you know what's so
Yeah,
funny to
spray
me?
Advanced statistics.
Yeah.
I think this undercover best part
Hold on.
about the renovations. Sorry.
And another thing we forgot: the all-you-can-eat pavilion's no longer
Dude,
the
you
right
just
field.
took what I was saying. That's the best part. So now we can go over there for BP at a regular time now.
Yeah.
So I can go and sit there and catch
We
Bellinger
can enjoy the
balls.
lefties.
Yeah, we can go to lefty. That's the undercover.
I'm stoked, dude.
Yeah.
And if you think about that.
Wait, is that confirmed or is
Yeah,
that
it's
just?
confirmed.
Yes,
oh,
it's
it is?
confirmed. It's going to reserve or top deck, right?
Reserve.
Yeah. And now the
That's
good
how
thing
it
is,
used to be.
but you think about it, right? Now the crowding in left field is going to be done.
Oh yeah.
So now we have back to more of a
yeah,
normal pre-2014 BP where
Yeah.
you could catch 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs at BP.
Left
that
field,
would be spread
left
out.
field will not be cramped like it used to be.
You know what? Guess who's
So I
going to
bet you
get season ticket, boys?
that new
No, you're not.
that new walkway too is gonna be. I'm pretty sure like guys just hanging
So-
out. You couldn't catch a ball in center
So-
before.
so
Now you
here-
can catch a ball in center field at the Dodger
So,
Stadium.
I'm gonna put shade on Christian right now.
Ooh, like you love to do. Hold up.
He's going to sit below in the netting like he does
No.
at AT&T Park.
I'm gonna see. We're gonna see Christian's up there now because the last couple of times I saw him and walked by, I usually make a walk. I see Christian down behind the bullpen of the Dodger bullpen during the games when I see him.
Like that's where he hangs out behind the Dodgers
Behind the
bullpen.
Dodger bullpen.
So he's gonna be in standing room now or what?
He'll probably hang out now like in the standing room.
Good for him. He'll finally catch some more home runs.
I know all he goes for is the game balls. And yeah, stop going to other games other than the Dodgers.
Oakland A's are fun. It's
Yeah, don't go.
actually-
Stop, yeah, don't go to Angel games. I think you've gone to
Oakland,
more.
yeah.
I think you've gone to more Angel
Angels
games
suck.
the last couple of weeks than you have Dodger games.
Speaking of Angels sucking, they swept us for the first time since a team has swept in that series since 1997. The Dodgers swept the Angels in 97. And the second time only was I was at the sweeping game and it was a bummer.
The Angels just own us.
Just this year. We
This
usually
year.
own them.
It's alright.
It's funny though because
There's 2 games.
They got to cheer about something against us.
yeah, right? Because they're not going to make the
They're not
playoffs. So
gonna
No.
you think about that though. Oakland A's. I've actually sat in dead center, like the second level
Yeah.
up to the executive suites. It's cool, man.
Were
so
you-
I'm excited for.
Were you supposed to be for the football games?
Yeah, exactly. You're Mount Davis. So
Above the batter's eye.
yeah. So I'm totally excited to see. It's gonna be lower at Dodger Stadium technically because
Yeah.
that's pretty high.
And I don't understand how that's gonna work either. Like batters' eyes don't work because
well, the
you know they
batter's
have
eye's
to.
smaller now. It's gonna be
They moved
smaller,
it?
but it's gonna be blue instead of black.
And
Yeah.
well, the sections in the pavilion that are tarped off for the batter's eye, like next to Keith,
Yeah.
and then on the
They're
opposite
not
side
gonna
in
be
right field.
tarped.
In the new renovations, there's
But
those
that-
are seats.
That's the thing. They shouldn't have been tarped off ever. That's the thing. Like they any other stadium, it's not like that. Only at Dodger Stadium has that extended
Like
batter's
super
eye.
batter's
Well, I
Yeah.
heard they might cut that part out of the pavilion too. You can always just.
That's where we can jump for balls now and break our.
What do you mean cut it out?
Like, just take it out.
What do you mean take it out?
I don't know.
What's gonna
Who
be
says
there?
he's construction manager? Hey,
Just
if
get that
anybody
section out of here.
knows, it's Steve. Steve's a construction manager.
You're just like cutting sections out.
Well, you're doing that.
I don't sit
there's,
there.
There's like a
This
gap.
Bob the Builder hat.
There's a gap right now between in the middle of the pavilion now.
I mean, that is gonna be part of that. Yeah, that whole new walkway. And they said that the attendance is not gonna change.
How's not
Which
gonna
I'm like,
change?
they're cutting out 2 sections on each
There's
pavilion.
like 3 or 4 sections. I think they're thinking that they can add those sections down below.
Or maybe it's the untarped sections.
In the standing room
That's
area.
true.
In the standing room area. So they're thinking the attendance won't be different.
Yeah.
Also funny, Casey's asking his belly right to yell at Dan Iasonia, the ump,
Yes!
from the other
Yes,
night,
yes.
and
Oh.
fuck yes.
Okay, it actually
Hit me.
It started at the first inning with Jock.
I just pushed the first thing on the soundboard.
That umpire.
Watch my profanity.
If you watch that first batter, Jock, he freaking screwed Jock.
Yeah, 2 at bats. You're hitting 2 at bats for Jock and 2 for Cody.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy in an MVP race, a triple crown race, not as close, but still in a triple crown race.
And when
right?
you look at the MLB at bat, they do the
It's
thing.
so
It
off.
was off the plate by
And
a lot.
I'm at the game sitting in right field, field level, and it looked. I'm even on an off angle and it looked off. And
So,
I'm like, why is he
I
doing
love
that?
the first thing I do. I have my phone near me. It's fully charged. And when I get
Always.
when I get a pitch where wait, that's not. They call that a strike.
You check it,
Instantly, MLB app. I check.
Yeah, like,
and most of the time you're right.
Yeah, most of the
When
time.
you sit in outfield, you begin to get a really good eye of what's a ball, what's a strike after sitting there so many times. So that umpire was, I mean, Dan Iasonia is not known to be bad, but this season he's not having a good rep.
Yeah.
And watching the replay on Twitter and stuff, it's the Dodgers got cheated out of a possible win, especially that late 1-run game against Angels aren't going to be. They're not a bad team.
Nobody
they're
hurt
just a
Cody.
non-playoff team.
And
but
Justin
barely.
Turner's at first with no outs.
Yeah,
So
it was
if
one
you-
out.
No outs.
It was no.
It was no outs.
Okay, but the point being, that's a key opportunity for the Dodgers. I think they score. The
Yeah.
biggest issue I have with that is this is
mannequin.
this is a great game. Trout versus Bellinger, Angels versus Dodgers. Like, there's so many big things going on here, and the Angels can make the playoffs technically, but I don't think they will. But the point being, you take the bat out of his hands, and that's not right.
So Matt's asked opinion on Jock playing first. We've asked this before.
Nah.
We're all saying nah. This is temporary. Cody will probably be there at first, or Muncy will be there at first in the postseason.
Oh, what's up, Garrigan? Yeah, it's Silver Surfer. He's just sitting. He's frozen in time for the next 2,000 centuries.
Also,
He's good.
I don't think I said it on this podcast. I've said it in the other ones. All new subscribers get to spin our prize wheel. We haven't done the prize wheel this show.
Well, I want to spin it. Bung wants to spin it. That's literally why
All
he's
right,
here.
let's give Bung a spin on the prize wheel. Bungie, and we will let him he's going to be our Vanna White. He's going to give us an example of how this prize wheel works.
Vanna
Bustos
White.
has to go mount his face onto the prize wheel right now as we go.
Oh, Bung.
All right,
With
all
the
right.
reverse. I
All
love
right,
it.
all right.
He spun it so fast it kept spinning some triple
Yeah,
motion.
yeah, you know.
So this is the prize wheel. All new subscribers, or if you have,
Oh.
honestly, like, just make us laugh, just say something cool, get our attention. We'll let you spin the wheel. We're not that.
We're not stingy.
Yeah, we're not stingy.
We're giving.
We're trying to
people-
give stuff away.
We love you.
Thanks, Bustos. Once again, I want to point out you're also wearing the same hat
Yeah,
as
it's great. Same
You're
glasses.
It's a one-of-a-kind hat.
the one
you
of
just
one.
need to shave so you can match it, dude. We don't need your Captain Morgan mustache.
You know, it's time for me to shave soon.
Guys,
He's growing his playoff beard.
the Dodgers have given us a lot to talk about this week. Good,
Yes.
bad, all around. Hopefully, by next podcast, we'll have a Thor or a Stroman.
Or Felipe Lopez.
Anybody. Let's get it going. We need to make one big push. We need
So
to
I
fill
guess
up
we're going
what
after
you
me
need.
again. The
Huh?
cops, you know.
Yeah,
they
the
always
cops,
do.
dude. Every time, dude, they're looking for Bustos. I'm sick of you smuggling daiquiris into this area.
Were
where
those
we,
seats once
you know,
opened
Area
up?
51
Yes.
where we record is not. There's no daiquiris allowed. So.
Cat, yes, the seats. If you're talking about the tarp, the seats that were tarped off and the both left and right field, they were both open. They were open one before back in.
They were, but I think about 10 years ago or
It was a
15 years
while
ago,
ago.
it was something.
If you watch the '90s games, you'll see that
They're
the tarp
open.
is
Yeah.
open.
I think it was early 2000. I forget what the reasoning was, but there was something about it. I think that somebody complained. One player
And
or
then
two
they-
players complained, and
And
then
then they
said,
put
okay.
ads on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took that. Remember there was like a
Yeah.
Verizon ad? There was like ads on the
It was like
batter's eye.
2010, 2009,
Yeah.
2011. Yeah, I remember. I do remember that. It's
'Cause that-
crazy.
I have a canvas print of Dodger Stadium.
And it
I
says
thought was in
Verizon?
here. Yeah, and it says Verizon.
I
on
remember
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Guys, it is a big day, though, for another LA team getting a lot of hate for no reason and should only getting respect. Our boys from the LA Rams started training camp today. Johnny Hecker, Aaron Donald. No Aaron Donald waiting and not reporting.
Yeah,
Aaron
his-
Donald's here first day.
His first
Not
camp
like-
since 2016.
Not,
Yeah.
not like,
something,
not
right?
like my
Yeah.
team who has some issues. Let's go back to that later.
Your team.
He wants to talk about the Chargers.
Well, my star running back's not going to show at the camp.
He's
Oh, yeah,
Aaron
because he
Donald
got
this year.
traded.
didn't get traded.
Melvin
right?
Gordon, yeah.
didn't get
He
traded.
got traded to the Titans. You didn't hear? An hour ago.
He
It
didn't
just
get traded.
happened. You didn't hear
He
that?
didn't get traded.
I would have found out. Freeman would have texted me.
Come on, guys. I know that.
Come on, guys.
Okay, so-
You'll
All
never
right.
get back to it.
So here's a
All
question.
right.
training camp's open. People are talking about extensions and not showing up. Does Jared Goff get an extension this year?
I think he does. And I also want to talk about extensions and raises. About an hour or two ago, Robert Woods finally got his well-deserved raise for his first 1K, 1,000-yard season.
And so
he got a $1 million raise and a $2 million raise next year. And Sean McVay and Les Snead got their contracts into 2023. Very, very well deserved. Very happy about that. I do very much see the Rams being a Super Bowl champion 1 or 2 times in the next 4 years. I with the way the NFL is, with like only 6 teams being really dominant and a Super Bowl contender, I just don't know, man. I think the Chargers
just
are
wants to
definitely
hate
up
on
there
the
too.
I don't think the Chargers
Hold
are a
on.
Super Bowl team.
I think the Chargers have
Chargers
a solid
are
team,
a Super
man.
Bowl.
I don't think the Chargers are a Super Bowl team.
They're getting
They're not,
hated
of
on
course
too,
not.
though, man. They're going to be a
I
10-win
don't
team
think
at
the
least.
Rams. I think the Rams window is actually only has a 2-year window.
I don't think at all. I think the Chargers are making the playoffs this year, and I think they're going to lose in the second round of the Patriots.
I agree. The Chargers are a playoff team, but they're making it run. But I'm saying the Rams have a 2-year window.
Yeah, I'm with Matt on this one. Blake Bortles.
Dog, I'm telling you, this Rams team is like. No one's even talking about Eric Weddle being on the defense.
Right.
This is your 2-year window right now.
And Clay Matthews?
4-year window.
No, I don't think you have.
Boom.
You have
Yeah,
salary.
the season's going to be fun this year.
There's still drafts and stuff like
Twist
that. And now we're going to be
thing sideways so we can show off those Rams horns.
Oh yeah, baby.
The actual Mexican.
And now we're
horns.
going to actually have,
Look at
people
that.
want to play
What a
for the
beaut.
Rams now, man.
Yeah.
So I don't see how this window closes. You got Aaron Donald locked up. You have Gurley's a question mark because of his knee.
That's
but
the only
at the
scary
same
part.
time,
That's the
he's
question
still
mark.
locked up.
Yeah.
Goff is going to be locked up. Woods is still locked up for a couple
But
years.
the
Cooper
offensive-
Kupp's going
Cooper
to be
Kupp-
locked up.
Kupp's
Aaron,
healthy.
I'm more worried about the offensive line after 2 years.
I agree.
With Rainworks leaving, he's getting up there in age. He decided just to come back this year.
Yeah.
He's the heart of that offensive line. They're having 2 new offensive lines this year coming in. That's going to be the problem. If the Rams are going to have a 5-year dynasty of going to the NFC Championship, getting to the Super Bowl, that offensive line is going to has to find a way to be decent. I'm not saying good.
Just gotta
Decent.
be hold up. Gotta hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I think that's the biggest weak point right now for the Rams is the O-line and the question behind running back. I think other than Gurley's knee, because I know that we have solid depth in the running back position right now. I think you were right, Boosted. I think the offensive line is going to make or break this team. This team's winning at least 10 games. But I think that, if it holds up, they can win 13 games. If it doesn't hold up, they can have some problems deep. But I don't understand, this NFL, there's not much parity in the NFL right now. It's not a strong league. It really isn't.
I disagree.
We got some Super Bowl predictions in the chat right now.
Cardinals versus Giants.
Yeah,
It's gonna be-
Garrigan.
Then
Garrigan's always a clown. I love it. Garrigan, you're subscribed, right, buddy? Want to make sure you get a spin, doggy.
Just give him a spin.
Right.
Let's give him a spin.
Actually,
our Laker
yeah,
buddy.
everybody who's
Spin
been
time.
who's been participating: Cat Stevens, Garrigan,
Casey
and Matt Barrero.
and Casey are.
Who's honestly Matt Barrero is one of the episode 1
Yeah.
homies.
It doesn't work for me, Buggy. It must
So who's
work
this
for
one?
you.
Wait, who's this
Oh,
one
wait,
for?
who's this first
Who's
one
this one
for?
for?
All right, first one. This is gonna
Garrigan.
be Garrigan.
Yeah.
All right, Garrigan. Spin that wheel.
Hey!
Yo, Bung, your timing is insane.
Garrigan.
That's a long spin.
Garrigan.
Don't spin it so hard next time.
All right.
Close.
My bad.
Pull it back a little.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
next one we
Let's
got
go, Matt.
Matt Barrero. Let's spin it for Matt.
Matt Barrero, Pantone 294 participant.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, dude.
Shut
Is he in Washington? With
Matt
them?
Barrero is
he in
everywhere. He
Washington
was
right
in
now?
Philly. I don't know if he's in Washington, but he was in Philly and Fenway repping hard.
Oh!
That one's very close.
It's very close. We need confirmation from the producer.
Is it on?
Up, good? No, no. Ah, sorry. All right, Cat Stevens, spin the wheel. Oh,
Oh God, it's okay. It's okay.
In honor of
It's
Star
okay.
Wars, he
He's
used the
still
Force.
working on it.
Oh! Instant replay.
Producer says no, it is not on there.
Bruh.
Producer said no.
All right, Casey Alvarado, the final spin.
No spins.
Was that the last person part?
Yep.
All we're saying, you guys just gotta interact. Talk with us. Talk sports with
We
us.
want to talk with
We
you
wanna
guys.
give
We're
stuff
here
with
for
you.
you. schedule our lives around for you.
Like, come on, guys.
You
Let's
can
go. Free
leave.
pin. Free pin.
No.
No.
Watch your profanity.
There was no. I said fun.
We don't say fun here.
No fun zone. No gun
fun
zone.
Zone.
No run zone. No bun
fun
zone.
Zone.
Sorry, you can't shake it, bung.
Matt said not in DC, but went to Boston and Philly.
That's cool.
was
DC's a crappy
awesome.
stadium anyway, so you're good.
Yeah, Boston was fun.
Is it?
I've heard
I
people.
swear to God, Bustos, if you mention Boston one
I
more
have a
time
real
on this
fun.
show-
I have a really good friend that said DC was nothing special, Nationals
Oh,
Park,
yeah?
and it's in a bad part of town.
Oh,
So,
where?
Nationals Park.
Yeah, it's not the best. But
Have you
it's
been
not the-
there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Of course you have.
All right.
But
You've been there?
The national park, yeah. I've been there when it first opened.
Let's do a trivia question. Person who gets
Alyssa
the
Delay's back. What up, Alyssa?
person who gets it right gets a free spin. I don't know the answer. I don't know if you know. We might be able to find it real quick. First person to name all the stadiums in which aren't named after a sponsor, but instead are named after the team, will give you one Dodger Stadium.
And
right?
We just gave you another one.
We gave you. Oh, I know. I can,
And we were just talking
I
about
can
another
name, I
one.
can name of three. Top of my
I can
head.
think of four.
I can name of three.
First
No,
person
I
to
got
name
four
them
now.
one.
I got four now.
Okay. Because that's a few and far between. First person to name them gets a spin.
I'm trying to think.
Name one.
I can
Just name them.
name them.
I think there's
Oh,
only
okay.
four.
I
As far as
got
I think,
four.
I think there's only four.
I got four in my head now.
Okay.
They're all big teams too.
No, they're not.
I
Yeah, they
mean,
Is there one in
we have two here,
We have
right?
two here. One East Coast.
Two East Coast.
Southeast
Three East
Coast.
Coast.
Wait, there's five.
Okay, there's five.
There's five.
Yeah, five.
There's five. And Christian's at one of them right now.
Wait, what?
And Christian's at one of them right now.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Oracle?
It's not Oracle. Is it still Oracle?
Yeah, it's Oracle.
Oco Coliseum, bro. Oakland
Or
Coliseum.
O.co. What
Yeah,
is it?
that's the sponsorship.
Is that a sponsor?
Yep.
I thought that was.
But it's not called Giant. I'm not. What I mean is, it's named after the team.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
thought-
named
I
after a
thought- I thought-
sponsor.
I was thinking that Oakland, the Coliseum is.
Hold on, let me real quick to you guys in our group chat.
Angel
So,
Stadium, Dodger Stadium,
that was two of
Yankee
them.
Stadium.
All right. The one we were talking about.
I got.
One has a lot of old friends on
We-
that team.
We just mentioned one about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one.
That's what I kept mouthing that to you.
Yeah.
Staples Center is definitely up. Garrigan, we just gotta get you to a Laker game, buddy.
Are those the five, right? Those are the.
Oh no, 6. Well, is it?
You tell me. Type it in.
I mean, maybe, kind of.
Fenway does not count.
Yeah.
It's named after the team. So yes, Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium, Yankee Stadium are correct.
Boosto State.
You're missing two. You're missing two, guys.
Named after the team, not named after a
I will
sponsor.
give you the fact that both these teams are in the same division, and they're both National League teams. That's all I'm giving you.
True.
I give you a lot.
So it has to be named after the stadium.
After the team.
After the team, yeah, after the team.
Also, while we figure that out, Rams training camp.
Yes.
Guys, do you think there's any big changes in the roster?
No.
Or is this just a conditioning stint?
It's
Yeah.
conditioning. The only question.
We just need everyone to stay healthy.
Stay healthy. The
Watch
question-
those knees.
Watch them
those
knees.
ankles.
I would like
Watch
to
them
see-
arms.
I can't wait to
Watch
see the
those
first couple
arms.
of weeks of the season how Wedo
Watch
and
some concussions.
Trey Matthews fit in with the.
Fit in.
I'm so stoked for both
Yeah,
those
I'm
fools.
excited,
Dude,
honestly.
if
I'm
Clay
excited.
Matthews is electric, I'm buying his jersey. Him
I
and
know.
Woods, both USC
I know.
guys. It's so
I think
And
Clay
what is
Matthews
it-
is over the hill.
And what is
Yeah,
it?
but he's still
I
good.
think Eric Weddle's perfect.
Why is it that every time training camp starts, there's a heat wave? I feel like the last three training
It's
camps,
Because they always
there's
start
been
in August.
a
It's
heat
always a
wave.
tradition. I mean, that's why
Matt, you're missing one now. You got Nationals. We just gave it, so you're missing one team.
no one's
They're
gonna get
in
the
the
last.
same
No
division.
one's gonna get the last one
Yeah,
for a while.
well,
Matt's gonna
there's
get
only
it.
30
Matt's a good
choices.
baseball fan.
It's gonna
I'm
take a
trusting
while.
you, Matt. You're one of the Pantone people I like. Get it for me. dog.
And yes, Pantone has visited that stadium.
They have. They visit
Have they?
everywhere already, pretty much. Where have they not been? Like
Well-
White Sox?
Honestly, I want the Dodgers to adopt one of the things
Nope.
from this stadium.
No, Orioles Park is called Camden Yards.
It's Camden Yards, yeah.
Or it's like Camden Yards at
Oriole Park at Camden
Yeah.
Yards.
It's
So that
always-
one's
it's always
technically
called
not it.
Camden.
I mean, that one could go either way. We'll give them that one, but that's not the one.
division as the Nationals.
If you can hear that.
Bring them back.
So yes,
The
Rams,
motorcycle.
we wish you luck, guys. Stay healthy. Let's get Tommy to go take us all down there and bring some Modelos.
Maybe we'll go by training camp.
Let's
one
do
day.
it. We should
All right,
really
let's-
should.
Also, we got to give Alyssa Delay a spin.
Alyssa Delay, welcome back with no delay. The spin.
No more delay. You will spin the
Okay.
wheel. Bung,
Spin it.
do us the honors. Spin that.
He's getting a kick out of doing it the wrong way.
Nope, not Oakland Alameda Coliseum. It has to be named after the team.
Oh! With no delay.
Alyssa
Free
got a
pin
free
for
pin.
Alyssa.
Wow.
You're getting a free pin.
Kauffman Stadium is not named after the team. We're getting close, Matt. It's in the National League East.
It's very human. We're giving like very obvious choices.
Derek
There's a
Jeter.
lot to Cuban less.
Can you hit me with that's the biggest giveaway.
Derek Jeter.
Bigger giveaways
Where's
than free
Derek
chain.
Jeter at now?
Can you hit me?
Marlins Park.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Finally.
Sheesh.
Where's the? Do
Can you,
we
can you hit
have-
me with the John Cena dude?
So he's getting a spin or what?
Yes. Matt, that is very forgetful. The Marlins Park.
spin.
I mean, I think I read that the Las Vegas minor league team draws more
My
than
producer,
the
bro, I
Marlins.
swear.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's because Vegas has nothing to do except sweat in the heat and go to sporting events, so it's not special.
Oh.
Hey! Matt
Matt, you
Barrero
get
also
another
got a
pin.
free pin.
Shout out to Dumb Mattingly and our homie Miguel Rojas.
And Tim Wallach.
Yeah, dude, I love Tim Wallach. He should have been the Dodgers' next manager.
I think David Roberts was the right.
Oh, Dave
choice.
Roberts is
Yo,
way
yo,
better.
yo, let's give Haley a
Wallach was
spin.
Timmy Wallach was the homie, dude. He really was.
You guys in here. Were you about
Two
to?
free pins, let's go.
Were you about to trigger boosters on a Andrew Friedman decision?
Oh, I'm just glad Friedman didn't decide on Gabe Kaplan.
Haley delay without a delay.
Another delay? No delay?
Oh. Next time, bud.
So close.
Okay, so
You just hate to see it.
Shether gets a free shirt, a free
You
pin.
just-
Get a free nothing.
free entertainment.
Did you win, Haley?
Damn. That's rude. Shout out to Matt too, because he's been listening to us since the podcast first started.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
what I'm saying,
guys.
that's him, too.
You're the homie. Also,
Wait, how did I miss the comment? Can Bung please bless us with his beautiful voice?
I didn't even see that.
Is this talking about the song that we were promised last week?
yeah, it has to be. Bung hit it.
Hold on, Bung. Let's
my
see if I
God.
got.
Oh my god.
Let me see.
We're
if-
live.
Do I got
Nah, bro, I'm not about to start singing, bro.
Come on. And speaking of that, you're definitely starting the line dance over there next
do it
door.
to myself?
That was good. That was good. Thank you.
You didn't even
Ba-da-da-da-da. You know I'm cheering for the LAFC.
Oh wow, bud.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
That's right.
Hey,
That's
You spell my
right.
name.
I
You spell my
actually-
name. B-U-N-G.
That was actually, I hate to say it, a very entertaining game last night.
Straight out the in streets of.
Oh, you watched that?
Yeah, I watched
Oh,
that game.
see Atlanta United.
Yeah, against Atlanta. That was actually a very entertaining game.
Thanks, Matt.
I
Much
mean,
love, bro.
when a team,
Appreciate you.
hey, when does a soccer game actually have more than 4 goals scored by both teams?
I mean,
Never.
It was good. It was a good game. I mean, considering the game started with like,
Oh, Atlanta versus FC.
Yeah.
That was a good game. Who won final? FC win?
FC by 1.
I saw it like 56 minute. It was like 4-3.
That's why he did his hair like that, because he was being Carlos Vela.
I was about to say
today.
that looks like the Vela Cup, bro. Not
He-
gonna lie.
He went in as like, can I get
If
the
Vela wins MLS Cup for you guys, which is not gonna happen, what are you gonna offer him?
wow.
He went in
He's
for
gonna
the
join us right here, bro.
He
You're
went,
gonna get him down here.
he went in for the Vela cut and they just put an
I
L
mean-
in the back of his head.
I hate to say it, he's as much as we know he's not the best player in MLS.
Yeah, preach boost
He's
us.
going to win the MLS MVP.
And he should. He's fantastic.
What do you mean
literally-
he's not the best
He's
player in the
literally the
MLS?
reason that.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you,
Dog,
I mean, who
He's
else do you
talking
put ahead of him?
Zlatan
Are you talking points?
I'm just talking.
Ibrahimovic.
I'm talking in
If
general.
you're talking points factor,
We're talking-
I
does?
said in
We're
general.
talking big game presence.
The only reason LAFC
I
is
said
relevant,
he-
other than their big name donors that don't care about the people of LA, actually,
I said he was going to MVP.
Zlatan.
is right. It is, but Vela.
he's a great player.
Vela is the best player in the world from Mexico right now.
And he
He's
chooses not to
electric.
play for Mexico. And I was reading something, he might not play for, like he has like
He's
a bad
played with
relationship.
them.
Yeah,
Someone-
but
he
this
just played with them.
this last tournament, the one, what was it,
Gold
last
Cup.
week, the Gold Cup,
Yeah.
he refused to go to Mexico.
Yeah, but I
and
mean,
he hurt
it
his
makes sense. He's doing much like he has a lot more interest in the MLS right now with his best year of his career than going and in the Gold Cup. It's not the World Cup. It's not anything
That was
crazy.
an accident.
Yeah, right. So I don't blame Villa for not playing for Mexico right now. It also helps USA be better. So it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not like it matters.
Yeah.
Points-wise, stat-wise, he's going to win the MLS MVP.
And he deserves it.
So we all know who's the best player.
It's true. Who's the Ferrari?
Oh man.
Hey, as I like to say, we all knew that Kobe Bryant was the best player in the NBA, even though he's won how many MVPs?
True. Even though LeBron was
Even
getting
though
the
Steve
accolades.
Nash didn't deserve the second one he got.
Yeah.
Even though I love Steve Nash. Do you know what ruined Steve Nash's Lakers career?
Dwight Howard.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit of basketball.
Oh yeah, as you saw Dwight Howard's interview,
Yes,
he finally realized
yeah,
he is
yes.
soft. He's a little softy.
Yeah, he's so soft.
And the thing about the Lakers that they've been doing okay. They just fired though Jerry West's son.
They didn't fire.
I mean, they let go, right?
They parted ways.
Yeah.
Both mutually parted ways. Which,
He was upset because they traded all of his prospects.
yeah, I think that's why. I think
That's what I heard.
Jerry West, Ryan West
He
was
feels like he's doing,
one
like,
of the
pointless
top
work.
scouts
Like, okay, I
for
guess
the
I'm just not
Lakers.
doing anything.
He's the one who found Kuzma. He's the one that found Josh Hart.
You think he goes to the Clippers?
It's interesting. I think he does.
Probably does.
His
His
dad?
dad's there.
His dad?
I think
winning
he
team he wants
and,
to win.
and he doesn't, and they really don't have a GM there.
So he can kind of get some work in.
Yeah, get some
Arena?
work in.
Oh yeah, the
Bro.
renderings of the Clippers' new arena also came out. I don't know
Oh,
if
they
you guys
did?
saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't see him yet.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Like, it looks
That's gonna be
nice.
great. They'll finally be like a team after being existing for 55
Yeah.
years. That's sick.
But we can't root for them because they're in Inglewood.
No, F them.
Hey, but you gotta think.
Wow.
The LAFC, Clippers, Angels fan in the world is tripping out right now.
My favorite thing about the Clipper thing was that press conference when they introduced Kawhi and Paul George. That whole thing.
Oh yeah, Steve Ballmer on one.
Steve Ballmer.
On some crack, dog.
He's,
always
on something.
crack.
He's
on
awesome.
something.
I'd love to see his
I
doctor's
wish-
prescriptions.
I wish more.
Boostos, you're on a boat in the waters. Andrew Freeman and Steve Ballmer.
It's always
Not
gonna
a
be
no-brainer.
Freeman.
Palmer.
It's always gonna be Freeman over Tiger Woods, everybody.
I mean,
He has an
hey,
Andrew
still-
Freeman.
wait.
We still haven't topped Freeman.
He has a Freeman fathead in his room. He prays to at night.
Is Ballmer giving me
His
hey,
shrine?
wait, sorry.
His license plate is
Hold
Freeman.
on. Hey, is Ballmer giving me his money?
No, just
No.
to kick it with.
Oh, it's Freeman. In Harvard.
We're gonna figure one out. We're gonna get one that tops Freeman.
You know what's funny? I actually gave my Lamar Odom jersey to my old roommate who's a Clippers fan. My old 01 Lamar Odom Clippers jersey,
Wow.
which I really love. It's a sick jersey. But I'm actually really happy I gave it away now because I think after the Snake Boys came to the Clippers, I don't think I can actually support the Clippers on even a small level anymore. Like, it's just
So
so
sorry.
disrespectful.
Now,
So-
how can you be a Kobe Bryant fan? That's your favorite player, and
Yeah.
not be the Lakers not be your favorite team.
So I've been.
Okay, first of all, Paul George went out and said the Clippers were his favorite
Oh,
team
yeah.
growing up. There's literally 4 different tweets that say his favorite
the
team
Lakers.
was the Lakers or the Warriors or somebody. So
And Kobe.
again, in
Yeah.
very typical 2019 fashion, a guy from a cloud chasing fake guy. Everybody's fake nowadays. It's just what it is. I mean, I feel like the majority of us here stick to our morals, and there's a lot of good, honest people that are real out there. And shout out to everybody that keeps it real, doesn't change for nothing. But a lot of these rich, famous people are phony as hell, and it's obvious. And Paul George is just another phony guy. And he's been phony since he left Indiana.
So this whole last week I've been in Chicago. I was visiting my sister. I just got back today.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh,
So
we
what?
had some pizzas.
You get some pizza.
Dude, I did eat some delicious pizza. I had some good foods, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, it was
Did
mostly
you-
a food
Did you
tour.
light a Blackhawks jersey on fire for me?
I didn't even see any Blackhawks fans.
Oh, it's because they don't
I
exist
honestly
anymore.
saw more White Sox fans than I was
You must have been on the south
surprised.
side. What the heck
I
were
was
you
not
doing?
on the
He was in
south
downtown.
side. I was not on the south side. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I don't know. It was weird. Anyways,
They're finally getting
over
in.
by my house, there's a billboard, which is right near the freeway, near the 91 freeway. And when I left, it was a regular billboard. Today, when we got off the freeway, it was Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, like something our own LA or something like that.
So this is
and
how-
this is the first time I've seen a billboard, a Clippers billboard, let alone they're starting, which I'm imagining is going to be a huge marketing thing just on Leonard and George. And I was like, wow, it's already starting. Like, I told Kristen, I was like, how long has that been there?
Yeah.
Did this just happen?
Well, dude,
when did this happen?
7 hours?
Yeah, I was like,
There
is
was
this
billboards
the
even
ink is
before
still
Kawhi
wet?
went
What is going
into the
on?
Clippers, though.
I know a couple people who worked inside the Clippers.
Maybe you got some
Wow, there you
insiders.
go.
He's friends with the West family.
No,
Name dropping.
I know a couple people were.
Is it Donald
He
Sterling?
knows the janitor.
No, I know a couple people
Donald
who worked
Sterling.
inside the Clippers. Like,
You know the guy that watches the warm-ups? Yeah.
and it's cool for
Security
them to be
guard.
excited, but I'm starting to hate them now.
Why?
Oh, absolutely.
It's been
And
80
I
years.
remember I first started
I
hating
never
them
hated the
when,
Clippers.
when Blake Griffin and Chris Paul came. It was like, it's disrespectful, but they're still little brothers.
Yeah.
This is like, okay, legitimate threat,
Yeah.
a-holes, two snakes.
You're like, all right, let's get
that really hurt
serious
the Lakers.
now.
You want to throw down?
All right,
Nah,
we're
dude.
serious now.
Nah, but like, it's legit bad. Like,
And dude,
screw the Clippers.
and the
Well,
whole
I
free
actually-
agency, I guess it's been investigated too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because there was
yeah.
yeah, there was some issues.
Like
with
some
the-
side deals being
It's
cut.
not the
Exactly,
Clippers and
bro.
the Lakers more.
It's
Like
his uncle, right?
no, it's more like the Boston Celtics and other teams who have.
I thought it was cool. I was like,
No,
uncle.
no,
Snake
no.
City
The more
up
talking
in
about right now,
NBA.
the deals
Right,
were the
right.
Boston Celtics too.
Can you imagine if they like canceled the deals and he's
They can't.
available? I know,
You know
like
what's crazy?
hypothetically.
In the MLB right now, you have owner collusion.
Right.
In the NFL, you have a racist owner collusion. And then the NBA, you have owners like,
Player
oh, you
collusion.
want my player? I need
Player-
25 draft picks.
Player collusion.
And the
Players collusion.
NBA currently
Yeah.
changing the term owners.
They did?
Yeah, because it's like a faux
Oh,
pas
yeah,
now.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Players collusion.
And now it's like
Well, they're-
majority
They're inve-
shareholder or
they're-
whatever.
They're
something like that.
investigating like they're part of a little bit of the the Uncle and stuff, but
Yeah.
also a lot of NBA teams are
All these outside interests.
like how are you guys having how is the numbers and agreements are happening before the actual deadline?
That's so weird to me. Like,
like
That's weird.
how
They're
did,
talking-
how did the
And
announcement of
again-
Kevin Durant, how did the announcement of Kawhi, not Kawhi, Kevin Durant,
Anthony Davis, like
not-
that.
not- no, that's actually was illegal.
But that happened before,
month
like it
before it actually
officially
happened,
happened.
Well, that's
That
fine.
was just like a verbal agreement.
That's fine. It's more like the contract agreement. How do you? You're not supposed to contact these players who are free agents until the start of.
I mean,
the
but
free
So
agency.
they criticize the Lakers and Magic Johnson, but it's happening around the whole
Yeah.
league.
Well,
everyone's doing it.
You know, I like.
I
how,
feel like that's Kobe's play for the Lakers.
I like
That's
how-
Kobe can scout as a Laker without being part of the staff,
Same as Magic.
and just like influence them. Well, Magic, he's been linked to the organization.
Yeah, so is Magic. You can.
But Kobe, I feel like, is our man on the inside where he can go. He's very influential.
He's the idol of
for sure.
all this
generation.
all this
Oh,
generation looks up to
yeah.
him,
The next 10 years, too.
right?
And then LeBron. It's going to be LeBron after, and LeBron was late.
and he'll be and yeah, we can still play that card just like Magic is doing for the
Yeah,
generation.
And
from
the
Before
before.
that,
Clippers were
LeBron wins
trolling us
championship.
even before the trade.
The
The
Clippers?
Clippers have been trolling us even
Oh,
before
and
the
I
trade.
love how the fact that everybody thinks the Clippers lineup's better than the Lakers lineup. Have you seen the Lakers lineup,
Lakers
dog?
are deep.
I mean, the Clippers have a great defensive core, and they have a solid six-man. You have two six-men on their team. But 1 through 13, what's 1-12? 1 through 12? Like,
I'm
Lakers
all,
are
just as
crazy.
excited for
can't-
DeMarcus Cousins as I
can't
am
look-
Anthony Davis.
I like the Clippers team. I like the Lakers deck better. But you,
Oh,
gotta,
yeah.
you gotta look at the one.
Every
through,
player has hardware
you
on
gotta
the
look at
roster.
1 through 9 though, kind of. You know and
Still
I
the
know.
Lakers,
You know
I
I
feel
know and I know. 1 through 9. They don't. The top 10 players only usually play during the regular season.
Yeah.
We got Garegan's got two questions for us. First one, he was asking, so are you guys watching the Basketball World Cup USA games? They're on at 5:30 in the morning. I have not seen any of
They
them.
haven't
I'm gonna
started
give you
that
a
yet.
huge
Training
I
camp.
haven't-
Training camp. The training camp for the U.S. is starting pretty soon.
I've
A lot
not
of players
seen
are
anything.
not going, like Anthony Davis. And,
Yeah, they want to be healthy for the
Want
NBA
healthy
season,
for the
especially
regular
guys who have been battling
and the
injuries.
second question is:
Second question is, what do you think about Tim Duncan joining the Spurs coaching
Are you
staff?
surprised?
That's amazing.
Are
It
you
should be- it
surprised
should
about
work.
that?
Yeah, he seems like
That's
one of
like
those kind of.
it's perfect fit. Very-
Also going to give you a big Bugs Bunny no on the watching the games at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
I
for
will
sure.
probably at work.
Negative.
I barely catch my Chelsea games at 7 in the morning during
I
Premier
have
League.
work. I have work in the shop
What?
at
Chelsea.
6:30 in the morning. I have to be there.
We'll just
sometimes
never
to
get
watch
along in soccer.
Watch him at work, bro.
That's what
Who's
I
your,
do.
who's
You
your
do?
Premier League team?
When I can.
Look, we had like two separate
I don't know,
conversations.
dude, I guess,
going on at one time.
Who's
From
your-
the Liga, Barcelona.
Who's your Premier League soccer team?
That's not Premier League.
I don't
We're-
know.
No, he said
La
La
Liga.
Liga.
Okay.
La Liga team is Valencia.
Here's the thing. Can you really have all those teams like in Europe
Yes.
and be your team?
It's a
Because
different
they face-
league.
but
I'm
they-
so-
but they
dude,
face
I'm so
each other in
debated.
They face each other in those tournaments.
And you can still have a favorite team.
Yeah, so what
I know,
happens
I
if-
know you're like, you don't have that concept in your brain like it's USA or die.
No,
Like,
I'm
you
not
have
saying
a
that.
number of favorite teams.
International.
I'm saying that like in soccer, you have
What
all
state
these
do they
different
play in?
leagues, all these different tournaments that you face each other in Europe, especially in Europe.
Right.
I was like, how can you actually have when
They play each other once every like 3 years. Your favorite team.
Dude, I've been like, especially the last couple months, I've been trying to do like my own personal research and trying to get a European soccer team because like I feel like I don't have a real team that I honestly have, and I always try to like go gravitate towards, and one team will lead a little bit.
You're a Dodger
And
fan?
I know who I'm choosing.
I'm obviously Dodger fan.
Okay.
Obviously,
There's a
to do
team
that,
that's
that's-
called the Blues.
I'm picking wherever Pulisic's on, no matter what.
Yeah, and guess what team he's on?
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea Blues, London's team.
And
baby.
usually, I kind of been going off of when me and Bung play FIFA because we're playing a lot of FIFA.
but then
And that's kind of where I gauge my teams. Off
But
of.
you and I both have that special thing where we have every single team in common, so you can't change that now.
Wow,
we have to be a
You're
Chelsea
putting
fan.
the pressure.
I'm
on
just
me
gonna
now.
root for wherever Pulisic team goes to for here on out.
American, baby.
I'm just gonna follow Pulisic. Only one of the few Americans in Europe playing on a soccer team.
Christian Pulisic is a Chelsea Blue, baby.
Xavier in the chat chiming in with some Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid's cool.
I mean,
They're no Atletico Madrid.
wow.
They got their asses
You see that
whooped, dude.
game? You know, the exhibition? That was ugly.
That was dirty. I mean, the game doesn't matter, but still, it was funny.
Was it 7-3
7-3.
final?
Yeah.
Final?
Dude,
And it was
Diego
7-1 at one point.
Former Chelsea star Diego Costa went off. It was
Yeah, he
awesome.
did. There was up. They had 2 goals within the first 3 minutes or
was
something like
dirty.
that. It was
I'm
something
just rooting
crazy.
for wherever Pulisic team is on, no matter
Who,
what.
if you had to
I have
pick,
no loyalty, just Pulisic.
see,
Why-
that's
what's your
fair,
deal with
but
him?
It's because he's American, and he's the only American in Europe right now, pretty much.
Wow.
The other thing that's funny too is that, like, for me, Josh, like I can tell you my favorite 3 soccer teams right now:
Who?
Chelsea, Galaxy, and then PSG.
PSG was one of my teams.
And I've
I
been a
swear to God that I was
I
going
knew he
to
was
tell
gonna say
you.
that
And I've been
too.
a
Right?
and I've been a PSG fan before they got their championship.
PSG is the team I always play with whenever we play FIFA.
And there's a rumor Neymar may be going back to Barcelona,
which
bro.
would be
Yeah.
sick because I don't like Neymar on.
But
on
my
PSG.
boy is Mbappe.
Mbappe. He's a money.
And,
you
He
know
was
my
at Dodger
favorite-
Stadium the other day.
You know my favorite player was on PSG for the
And
longest
I'm
time?
thinking that.
Who made me a PSG fan? Kevin Gamiero,
Okay.
the striker. He was
Boosters heard
filthy.
soccer, and he was like, "Wait, we're done
All
talking
right,
about
it's like
Americans."
wrestling. Anyways, boys.
All right, so my favorite golfer.
Oh, sorry. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Oh wait, Mr. Woods, we need you back. Last Lakers topic, by the way.
Okay.
Before we start wrapping things up, boys, you
Let's
think?
do it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Giannis' little brother,
Ooh.
Kostas Antetokounmpo,
The baby freak.
Costas.
is on the Lakers now. He got the last roster spot.
Antetokounmpo.
He'll get some solid time. Do
He didn't
you think
He
this
didn't get
is
the last roster
just?
spot. He signed a 2-way.
They're,
Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
I know what you're gonna say, and yes, they are building the framework currently. This is
Kobe's
the
connection
early,
to Giannis.
Yes,
and
this
his
is the
contract's up after the season
early
after
work
next.
for them to get Giannis.
Why would he resign in Milwaukee? What's there to do in Milwaukee?
He
Even though he's
it wasn't Milwaukee.
drink,
There's
he-
3 they have 3. There's 3 brothers who.
Yo, somebody said
no, we're
something about the
talking-
Bucks
Yeah, no, there's
and
3
Lakers
there's
in the
3
finals
brothers.
earlier.
There's 3
Milwaukee.
brothers of Gian. There's 2 brothers for Giannis.
Yeah.
I think one of
There's
his.
3 of them. I thought there was 2 of
There's
them.
3 of them. One
Three
of them
brothers
is,
total.
There's
right?
one of them is with the Bucks already.
Okay.
So there's two. Whatever his last name is.
Antetokounmpo.
Come on, boosters! I want to hear you say it.
Antetokounmpo.
How do you say it?
That's close.
Hold on,
Antetokounmpo?
real quick, boosters. Who's the star soccer player for the Galaxy? Number 9.
Zlatan.
What's his last name?
What's his last name?
Don't even try it.
What is it? We gotta
Okay,
hear.
Kurt Sandoval.
Booster, get it, Booster.
Ibra.
Yeah. So.
Ibra. You could just say Ibra.
Ibra,
You just call it
Zlatan.
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 Zlatan the Lion, baby.
Okay. So yeah. Interesting move. I agree. Trying to make the frameworks.
Boosters, why are you standing up, bro?
My back's killing me.
Okay.
All that weight you're carrying on you, dude.
No, I've had a bad back today.
Were you
We're
swinging the
gonna
clubs?
need a
over?
remodel. We're gonna
Dude,
need a remodel.
He
too.
was twerking off the daiquiris last night.
It was those Bridgestone clubs. I told you they're too heavy for you.
So the framework
Gotta get
of
the
trying to
junior
get
set.
a
He
Giannis,
has a caddy,
trying to
dude.
get Giannis to the Lakers, and the cap room space opens up the year Giannis
Yep.
comes a free agent.
Same with
Alright.
Anthony Davis, and he said his dream was to play with Anthony Davis.
And
And
guess,
he has
Anthony
said
Davis.
that.
and guess who's a free agent after that year too?
Yeah,
LeBron.
LeBron.
Wow.
It's gonna be a
This
good.
is the framework.
2021's gonna
This
be a
is
good
the
year.
framework.
And yeah, that free agent. You think this year's
then we're gonna
free
be-
agency was crazy?
Right,
The-
that's what I was
the-
gonna say. We're gonna be so amped up, and then he's gonna sign with the Clippers, and we're gonna be so depressed, and we're gonna be so
No,
upset.
well,
and
Kawhi's gonna be a free agent. LeBron's gonna be a free agent. Giannis is gonna be a free agent.
Wait, is LeBron a free agent in 2020?
He has an opt out.
He has an option,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Because I remember he was signed to 2022.
Yeah, but he has an opt out. So imagine that.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yo, Gregan said you're trying to get taller. That's why you're standing up.
Let's spin it one more time.
Spin it for Gregan. You
Let's
gotta
spin it.
He got to spin for burning boosters.
Bustos, no icy hot needed on that burn.
Feel the burn. Oh, so close, bud. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, no. You broke it.
Oh,
You broke our
That's my
booster.
bad.
Booster, dude.
You gotta sit down for it to work, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Come on,
go.
You know better.
All right, it's back. There
Okay.
you go. We'll take
See,
that
if
one.
you have to be
We'll take
sitting.
it, we'll
Everybody has to
take
be
it,
sitting
We'll
for it to
take
work.
it. Carrega.
We're waiting with you, bro.
Oh.
God.
Thanks for
Alright.
thanks for the Bustos burn.
We need one.
We appreciate it very much,
Guys,
guys.
episode 15.
Yeah, this was a
Very
fun.
good.
It was Dodger heavy, but it
We
was a
got
good
our
one.
boys in there. Lakers.
Got some
Lakers future
Lakers.
looks good. I can't wait for opening
We
night.
talk some European soccer for once.
Wow.
Yeah,
It doesn't
let's
happen.
do
much.
it.
Doesn't happen much.
Rarely. I mean, this is what happens.
We really don't. We got the party next door. Everyone's gonna go join it right now. And
Josh is gonna go on the back of a Harley listening to Jolly
Slow
Parton.
down.
So we're gonna listen to John Wayne on the way.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton. I mean,
Country music star Josh Bustos, factoid confirmed.
but yeah, guys, something felt like a solid episode.
We'll see what happens to the trade deadline on Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll do another episode next Saturday. It'll be after the baseball trade deadline, so hopefully we'll be talking maybe
Positive about
positive.
Thor
Maybe
being
we'll
a
be
Dodger.
maybe we'll be happy.
Or
and-
I gotta find a way to defend Freeman for not making a move.
exactly.
Oh,
You're gonna be.
because you know I'm gonna go after that.
I'm ready. I'm actually have.
Because he'll make me write a third year in a row, and we won't win.
Wow, he's gonna be carefully
You know.
constructing his counter arguments. If
I
we win.
will have both arguments coming.
Bustos versus Matoyer confirmed. Let's do
We'll
this.
we'll have a week of Rams camp.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know what else. There'll probably be
Hopefully,
another Dodger.
hopefully no
Hopefully
major
no
injuries.
news from Rams camp.
Yeah,
it's
because
just gonna be
actually a
injury
lot
news.
of poor Giants, as bad as they are now, a lot of receiving corps hurt after the first day of camp.
So bad.
Really quick,
Not
so,
not the Giants or San
um,
Francisco. We're talking about New York.
Garrigan, he mentioned, I guess, the new schedules.
Oh
out
yeah,
for the-
Lakers Clippers.
Bro, honestly, we had
Christmas
just mentioned
Day.
it last.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we're all
it's
right.
not. It's not official yet, is it?
It's the
It's been
rumor.
leaked.
Well, I heard. I was listening to Sports Talk Radio.
Oh.
Jerry West was saying on Sports Talk Radio about Christmas Day matchup between the Lakers and the Clippers.
Uh huh.
So I think the whole rumor of them playing Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah.
Everybody's been saying
For
that.
sure.
That-
I think
that-
both teams will like it. 'cause
everyone's gonna watch it. Like everyone's gonna watch that. That's gonna
Well,
be
okay.
one of the highest rated games of the
both-
year.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
Golden State, Brooklyn,
Why? Because of the Durant? He's
Yeah.
not gonna play though.
Ooh.
or it's going to be?
He's gonna be
what
hurt
would be the
still.
other Christmas Day games? Toronto, Philly. Toronto, Philly.
Yeah, because the rematch of the
Yeah.
conference.
Uh,
Yo, is Tommy next
Toronto
door?
Golden State.
Yeah, I hear Tommy next door, bro.
Is Tommy next door? You
Tommy's
hear this?
right-
You
Tommy
hear
just
this?
came- Tommy just joined us.
He had to go hang out with his boys.
So what do you think of the Christmas Day games? Who do you think? Early prediction. Lakers, Clippers.
Lakers, Clippers,
Lakers,
for sure.
Clippers,
Golden
Lakers,
State.
bro.
Golden State Raptors.
Or
That's-
Golden
yeah.
State Rockets?
Yeah,
Ooh.
maybe.
No, Oklahoma City, Houston would be a good.
Nah, because
Be
Oklahoma
great.
City's gonna be garbage this year.
Oh, that's true.
They want the highest rated they can get.
Rockets.
I think it's gonna
Rockets,
be
Warriors.
I think it's gonna be Jazz and Blazers.
Yeah, that's the last, the middle game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good middle game.
Did you say the Suns?
Because I think the Laker game is going to be. Hey,
Suns
that,
Suns
hey,
Kings.
hey, that,
Suns Kings.
no, that Jazz, the
Suns
Jazz
Kings,
Blazer
yeah,
game
yeah,
will be
yeah.
either the last game of the night or the second to last game of the night, depending on where you want to put the Laker or Clipper game.
That is true.
'Cause you-
Lakers
Alright.
Clippers gonna be prime time. It's gonna be like a 1 p.m. game.
No, you can put that as the 1 p.m. game or you can put that as the 7 p.m. game.
I
You
think
know-
it's gonna be 1 p.m. Man, that's how it always is for Lakers games.
Warriors, Raptors. That's a good. I mean,
And
that's
then
a
the Knicks
solid
play
one.
always on Christmas night. I don't know who they play.
That's
Christmas.
a good point.
The Knicks versus themselves.
That's gonna be good. They're
Against
both
Ja-
gonna lose.
James Dolan.
Jeez.
Okay, I think
Guys,
that's.
anyways, thank you
Solid.
so much for
Solid.
episode
Thank
Sean
you all.
Green.
Yes, thank you everybody who was participating, everybody in the chat. Whoever won, I know we had some winners. DM us, we'll get you out your prizes, and join us next Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel, for episode Andre Ethier.
Absolutely.
Number 16, Marcel Dion.
Or-
Marcel Dion, absolutely.
Our new Prince of LA,
Who?
Will Smith.
It's milk.
Will Smith.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't
Same
forget to-
baseball bat channel.
Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
Take care, guys. Be
Laters.
safe.